Alrighty, I guess I'll go ahead and get started here. Gonna turn up my music just a little bit. Let me know if it's oh, I just realized I'm not showing up on this real quick. Hold on one second. My mouth isn't moving. Ba 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 ba. Nope. I mean, that should be it. That's weird. All right. Well, test. Oh, well, let me restart. All right. Technical difficulties. 1 second. Gotta restart ViatoTube, and then we'll be good to go. Test. Man, why is it? Test. Oh my goodness. It's a lot of background. It's a lot of air. Is there usually that much air? Test. That sounds fine. All right. All right. Switch that back up. There we go. Okay. So, hi, how's it going? I am doing a little bit of a something different today. Something I've wanted to do since I started streaming, which I know I don't stream very often. This is kind of my monthly stream, technically. But yeah, so this is something I wanted to do for a while, which is just do a Lego build. Oh, there's some of the junk there. So we're gonna do that. This is a this is the workspace I've set up here, and I have all of my my PC and everything just off screen over here, so I can still see chat and everything. But this is the workspace we're working with here, and yeah, I figure the stream is gonna be super long, maybe like an hour, or 2 hours maybe. Depending on how long this takes me, but yeah, this is the set here. It was graciously donated as a gift to me by Dirge, which is very nice of him. I appreciate that. So we're going to build it. Yeah, I just haven't had time. I haven't had time and haven't had the disposable income just to like grab Legos at the moment. It's been too busy. But I've really been wanting to do a build, so we're gonna do that. All right, so just take a look at the set box, or the box here. It's not a great view, but that's pretty good right there. Look at the back there, and then the front, and you know, side for what you like, you know. But yeah, we're just gonna do this. I guess this will be a little bit of an ASMR. Not sure how much of the actual Legos are going to get picked up on the mic, and I don't have a specified brick mic going on here, so well, that practically just fell apart. So, but we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. I have some other stuff I can show off, and which I may do along the way here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. And I apologize, I'm gonna have to move the mic here in a second. Make this more comfortable for me. There we go. set that up right out of frame there. Alrighty. You know, there's just not a good way of setting this up, honestly. I'm kind of surprised people are able to figure this out. Alright, how's that? It looks like it's coming out pretty good on the microphone meter there, so I think we're probably going to be pretty good. I'm going to have the instructions set up off to the side over here. Because no, I don't build these things completely from without looking at instructions. That would be insane. But I just put it over here so I can just see that. Alright, and start off bag number 1 here. 2, 4. Yeah, you're definitely getting a little of those those crinkles. Alright. Set these off to the side. Go ahead and get started. So, one reason why I was particularly excited about this set. Oh, by the way, this is my dice tray that I usually use for D&D, but we're using it here for Legos. I do that just so I don't lose any of the pieces. Because this mat, this is like a I use this for cosplay. This is a cutting mat, so you don't cut directly on your table or whatever. And that's why there's paint and stuff on it. But it doesn't have a ledge, so stuff can just fall off. So yeah, figure just put it in the little dice tray here and keep stuff all together. Oh, this one's the annoying one. These bags. There we go. That was easy. Where's Skip's truck? My semi-royalty free video game music playlist. Alrighty. So first things first, of course, gotta build. I actually usually will save the minifigs for last, so I don't have to dig around for the pieces. But this one is pretty easy, since all the stuff's just right here. Just go ahead and get him all put together. Get close up there. There we go. That Chewbacca. This is the more recent. Ooh, look at that! Actually, that's actually kind of fun. I think this might be an exclusive print for this set, because that's not light glare. That is snow directly on his fur, which is kind of fun. That's fun. I didn't know this was an exclusive print for the set, so that's really cool. I thought it was just a regular Chewbacca minifig, which I have a couple of Chewbaccas. I have actually a couple of old Chewbaccas from the first time they made them, and then which actually ties back into the ATST, because not one of the first Lego sets I got, but the first time they did the ATST was a oh my goodness, where's the piece for this? Here it is. Okay. The first time they did a run of the ATST, it was back in like 2000. Man, where's this hair coming from? Certainly not my cat's, that's for sure. It was like in 2002 or something like that. I can't remember exactly when. Here we go. There we go. That's pretty good. Now we'll just set him out of the way over here. And that set didn't come. They hadn't molded the proper people to drive the ATSTs yet. So it's just they just put Chewbacca in it because it was supposed to be an ATSD from the Battle of Endor. So they just threw a Chewbacca in there. So, and I got 2 of those, which is funny because I ended up getting 2 of the ATSDs from Rogue One, which I have just off frame over here. I can pull them down. I think I might here in a second, just for fun. All right, so next we're building. Looks like we're building the probe droid. All right, so they haven't asked me to do this yet, but I'm gonna get these out of the way because I can see that's what they want. All right, so. I just realized my issue with my framing here, so I need to be more like this. Is that right? Does that look a bit better? All right. And I can put the actual build going on right here. Okay. We love that. All right, so we need these guys. Never built on stream before, so this is going to be a little different, a little more stressful than normal. It's not normal to be doing that for me anyway. All right, and which most likely will cause me to slow down. All right, so it looks like we build it this way. All right, cool. And then down. All right. Better. All right. So to do this 4 times because these go on all the edges of the probe droid. So what was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah, so I have always been a big fan of the ATSD. It's always been my favorite. My favorite Star Wars vehicle. So anytime they put out an ATSD in the recent history, now that I'm I'm a bit older, whenever I've seen them put one out, I've been eyeing it. And they recently put out a Lego speedrun time. Yeah, we're gonna be doing this as fast as possible. Hi Io, how's it going? I've never built this before, although I have built other ATSDs because they're great. But I am speed. I'm expecting this not to be a super long stream, but I think it will be fun nonetheless. How you doing, Io? You having a good day today? All right. I'm doing pretty good. I got off work not too long ago, so I'm a little tired. But don't tell my boss, I ended up catching a quick nap on the job, sleeping on the clock, literally. So I'm not as bad as I usually am. So I was like, hey, you know what? I was hoping not to be too tired today to stream, because that's usually part of my problem for streaming, is I'm just too freaking tired. Okay, so this one goes in. All right, interesting. So this one goes like so. An antenna. Yeah, that's one of the things. I work from home, so occasionally I can sneak off to that kind of stuff, but I still have to get my work done. So it's still like, well, it's a little bit to my own detriment if it ever happens, you know. But it's Friday. Everybody's a little bit more relaxed. Wait, that's not right. I did this wrong. Oh no. No, I did it right. I did it right. I'm just getting a step ahead of the instructions. Just getting a bit ahead of myself. There it is. Cool. Okay, so it goes like there. Alrighty. Oh man, I hate the little tiny pieces. They're so hard to find. Alrighty. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of like stop paying attention to work. Basically, let me do this 3 times. I do this 3 times. This is confusing. It's the instructions aren't super clear on this one part, so and Val, I saw your redeem. I will take care of it in just a second. Okay, here I'll show you all what this looks like on the map on the instructions here. So it just shows me that. I'm trying to figure out what's going on back here. It's just 3 of those, I guess, in a row. All right. So with the minifig audience redeem, I know Val is busy, so I'm not gonna bother her too much. But I do have either Star Wars or non-Star Wars minifigures, so I can add anything to my little audience back here. But I know Val is busy, so I will just grab for her real quick. Just grab minifigs. Oh, I know her preference. I know her preference. As I hit my screen with this, I will add Anakin. Come on. Let me get that. There we go. Make him less angy. Give him the less angy face. How about? Yeah, there we go. That's better. Come on. There we go. We'll add Anakin. So Anakin will go in the audience here. Yeah, they're real helpful sometimes. Like for the most part, Lego's really good at adding the instructions, but not always. They're not always top tier. Oh, that's my problem. Man. First time building on stream is making this a little bit different. It's supposed to be a gray and then a black, so that's what I'm doing wrong here. So we will do it right this time. There we go. Io, have you ever built Lego? Is that anything that you've ever done before? Anything you're interested in? Because I've been doing this since I was a wee beb, a wee small child. There we go. All right. That's where we're at the moment. Yeah, we love the focus right now. Focus right now is great. I haven't used this camera in a while. All right, so then we add that one to the side, and we had a bulb to the front, and then an inverted plate on the side. I really love how like detailed some of these have gotten. This is definitely the most detailed probe droid they've made that's minifigure scale. No, it's a little big, honestly, for minifigure scale. Come on, there it is. How about that? There we go. Oh, those Lego flower kits are cool. I'd like to grab one of those too, to be honest. I really love how it's funny. I've seen them like from a distance, and you know they're never actually going to fully pass for real flowers, but from a distance I've seen them been like, oh, that must be some like fancy art project, and then I got closer, I was like, oh nope. He's just Lego. All right, so we stick a stick in the... Oh, pinch myself here. All right, this goes all the way through. Feels kind of unnecessary, but I think it's just for stability. All right. I'm gonna put this on the stake here. There we go. Honestly, if I had more money to throw around, there is some really cool sets in their architecture line that are just... Song goes hard. That are just like... Oh, I forgot a piece here. That's my bad. This is supposed to be a little gun on the side here. Come on. Oh, and just so you know, Io, that dancing emote is creeping up in my frequently used emotes list. It is really climbing to the top pretty quick. All right, so this lines up with this piece here. I know this where the arms go doesn't really matter, but still, it's important. All right, and then there's an open arm, and then we have another little arm. There we go. Oh, this one's a little loud. How is the audio levels? Let me know if anything sounds weird or bad, and I'll see what I can do. Because I know last time I streamed, I think my audio was kind of fucked up for like the entirety of the stream, and I was like, oh no! I thankfully didn't do the stream muted thing, because I've done that before, but thankfully I didn't do that. All right, and then the last one is an arm with a little claw. Where is the other arm? I don't see it. It's supposed to be here. So there's that gray arm, and I'll use that, but there's supposed to be another black arm. We will do... For the sake of keeping things moving, I'm just going to use the wrong piece, and then we'll fix it if I find it. Oh, no, I see it. I see it. It's creeping out. Honestly, scuff is the way to go. All right, so that is the probe droid. That's the probe droid. So I'll shoot that off right here. It's extremely detailed. It's a very detailed probe droid. Let me see. Do I have the one from? Ah, yes, here it is. They did a Hoth set. Lego really loves to do Hoth sets, but they did one not too long ago, like a few years ago. This is the probe droid they included on that one. I didn't see. Ooh, come on. Work with me, camera. There we go. I didn't see completely different designs. In some ways, I like this one better because I like the more rounded look to it, but this one is more accurate, I will say. I feel like it needs a wider dome piece on the top, but we'll just let it grow. All right, so now we actually get to start on the actual walker. Nice. Alrighty. So I figure I will show off real quick. So this is the ATST is my favorite Star Wars vehicle, and so I have a few of them already. This one is the version which, oh, it might be a little tall. Oh yeah, it's a little tall. Let's see if I can safely pan up a little bit. Safely do a whoop. Not that far. Can't be showing off the goods. Oh no, it's this. It's the camera itself. There we go. Come on. All right, so we're gonna. There we go. Ooh, come on. All right, that's pretty good. This is the version from Rogue One. This is the Rogue One walker, which so good. Oh my goodness. And it's really good. It's so good. I got 2 of them because I liked it so much. We got the Rogue One walker was so good, and the only problem with it I had was some of the minifigs. They were a bit too kind of repetitive, but it was fun to have that. But then they blessed us a couple years later with the variant from The Mandalorian. Okay. But the Mandalorian variant is really good too. Ooh, my god. It's really good, although I found the joints are extremely weak. I don't know what's up with that. The joints are very weak, and this one has fallen over more than anything. I think the legs are a little bit wider, slightly, maybe by like just a couple of bricks, and just kind of screwed with it. Yeah, I really love the color variant. And that's when I saw it. I was like, oh, I have to pick this up because I love the red and brown legs, and then instead of using the light gray, they use dark gray just to show that it's worn. But this one is still just really a variation on this build specifically. Got a rogue hair on here. But yeah, this one's basically just a variant on this build. The more I've looked at this set before I got it, the legs are very similar, but
Wi-Fi name or password has changed. To update the Wi-Fi information, go to the Alexa app.
Well, my smart speaker thought I said their name. But the legs seem kind of similar, but that really seems like that's where the similarities end. So we're gonna put this one back up on the shelf, out of the frame. All right, and we'll set these back here just for posterity. There we go. Oh nope. That's the other problem, which it looks like they fixed with this set. We'll see when it gets to it. Is those side guns just fall off so easily because they're barely held on. Yeah, look at that, man. These joints are so weak. Some serious like problems with the build of the Mandalorian variant, but man, does it look good? It looks really good. All right, let's tilt the camera back down here safely. There we go. I don't remember how the framing was now. Heck. How's that? Nope. How about that? I think that's close enough. Anyway, back to the build. Alrighty. So it's just this side piece. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Okay, so we got a little set of pieces here. Oh, I did not see if those head pats actually worked or not, but thank you for the head pats. Thank you, Val, for the head pats. I appreciate it. I know I've had issues with the head pat button in the past. I think I need to refresh the source. All right. Oh, we need. Where is it? There it is. I've never done a stream like this before, so it's still a little like trial and error of figuring out how exactly to headpads were slightly off. Okay, well, hey, as long as they showed up, that's all right. Yeah, I've never done a stream like this before, so it's a little bit of kind of figuring out as we go along. Okay, and then we're gonna add. Hey, Mitty. How's it going? How are you this evening? Yeah, we're building some Legos here, doing some just chill Friday night vibes. A week before Christmas. Alrighty, we're gonna move on. That's what I wanted to get across. I just want to be like, hey, we're just here, we're just chilling. Got. Hey, Bess. Hey, thank you. The ATSD Walker is my favorite Star Wars vehicle, and so I've kind of collected a couple of them. I have one more off-frame that I just showed a little bit ago, and so when I get all done, I'll line them all up. But so this one here is the Rogue One release when they did it for Rogue One, and this is the version for Andor, or not Andor. I'm sorry, for the Mandalorian. So this one is supposed to be Empire Strikes Back. They claim, Empire Strikes Back for Hoth. It's the first one they've done for Hoth in a while, so I'm excited that they finally put another one out. It's going good so far. It's the instructions have only been confusing one time so far, so we'll take that. Where it was just like, hey, build this, and then didn't actually tell me what pieces to use. So appreciate that. But I've dealt with much worse. Honestly, it's really funny if you're ever at one of the places that has like little I don't know where they're from exactly, but like they'll knock off like the pixel bricks, like little tiny Legos, where they'll do like Pokemon and stuff like that. And I have one that's a sushi. The instructions for those are indecipherable. They're so hard to read, because it's just like a fold out thing, and then it doesn't really tell you anything. So the Lego instructions are really thorough, but sometimes they're just not as clear as I would like them to be. But thank you all so much for swinging by. I appreciate it. I hope y'all are having a good, I guess, Saturday for y'all. So when y'all are having a good Saturday so far, I'm ending my day with a nice chill Lego stream here. Sorry, I had someone at my door. Actually, I just realized. So this is the instructions. I just realized I've never seen this before, but there's a little Chewbacca here, and it's like a progress bar. So like when we get further in, He's moved across the page. That's really cute. I've never seen that before. That's really adorable. I love that. Let me see here. Where are we going? Oh, okay. We're doing the plating on the other side. Oh. Maybe grabbing the cosplay cutting pad was not the best choice for mats, because I think I just got like some glue on this piece. But some old glue. Yeah, see that? That's gross. Kind of see that there? That's glue there. Yeah. They put a lot of effort. Put a lot of effort in their stuff, which I always appreciate. It makes it worth it when you're shelling out like $70 for a single ship, and you're like, oh my god. But then then you actually are starting looking at it, you're like, oh man, they actually put a lot of effort and detail into it. I wish there was less stickers. I would take less stickers always. We are nearing the end of the first. Oh no, we still got a little bit left on this first bag here. Right. So. So I put a lot of these tracks on here when I was just trying to think of like, oh, what's some, you know, royalty-free video game music I can use for my intros. Well, of course they have royalties attached, but it's not like I have to pay for them or anything, you know. It's video games. And so I just like started grabbing stuff I thought of. I forgot about how crackhead this song is. Oh my goodness. But it's fun because I don't get to listen to this playlist that often. Alright. And then the wheel here. So this mechanism looks like we're building right now the head turning mechanism, which has not changed much. Has not changed much since they came up with it. Have I got a favorite set that I have built or want to build? Hold on 1 second, and I will answer that. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So that should be my last interruption for a while, I think. So as for a favorite set, I have a lot of favorite sets. I have a lot of favorite sets. But there are a few that I don't have a lot of space to display Lego stuff, but I have a small display here, like around the filming space here. And there's a few things like I really love. I have the AT-AT, the big brother of this set, which it is not to scale at all. But I have this just. Oh, look at that! It's just out of frame here. There we go. Look at that. Oh, no! Don't look at the VR headset. Don't look at it. Yeah, the AT-AT is fun. Can I zoom out any further? What's that? That's all I got. Okay. And it's surprisingly sturdy, which I like that a lot. That was kind of one of my farewell gifts from when I worked at Target. I bought that for myself with my employee discount, and I was like, yeah, before I'm out of here, I'm buying that. And then I have a ship over here. Let me see if I can grab it. This is a set from the Rebels line. Ooh, it's a little dusty. I apologize. But this is the Imperial. I see a lot of gray. This is the Imperial. I forget what its specific classification is, but it's like a corvette of some type of landing craft. And it's supposed to carry actually it's supposed to carry these like walkers. These are the big thing that they carry, but also it has these little like, oh, can't see them now, TIE fighters on the bottom here, which are fun. I love building the ships. The ships are a lot of fun. And I'll show off one more before I get back to the actual build. So this is a very recent purchase of mine from like a few years ago. This is not Star Wars, but this is also not Lego. This is a knockoff brand who did a really good job, and it's a dice tower. And it's made to look like fantasy. This is an actual Lego minifigure, but it's actually a dice tower, so you can drop dice down. Oh, I got a 20. Nice. But and it's really cool. It's a really cool set. They do still sell them. It's the Wizards Dice Tower. I think they're on sale right now. This is like $20 or something. And it's a perfect music change for this. But I was like, man, that's too pretty. That's too pretty of a set to not pass up. So I backed it when it was on Kickstarter. And also, let me see if I can pull this off. They even went to the trouble of putting like a little like interior here with like, work with me, camera. I can't turn on the manual focus. Work with me. We getting anything? There we go. There's a little interior here. They put a lot of love into it. I have some issues with the company a little bit because they were supposed to. This is like 2 years old. I've had this for like 2 years, and yet they still have not shipped out the backer rewards. Oh, here. This is right next to it. This was also the other one they made, which was like a little farmhouse, which is cute. Still also a dice tower. And if I was going to actually like take this somewhere, it'd be this one because it's really sturdy, but the Wizard's Tower is just too pretty. But I will say the what was it? The company is really cool, but I have some problems with them because they still haven't shipped out their backer rewards. So there were supposed to be like minifigures that they put out with it, and I'm like, well, guys, it's been like 2 years. And they their last update was on their Kickstarter was like in like August. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why I love Lego stuff so much. Let me show you something. I'll use this one. This is a good example. Is that this walker, I'm getting in front of the camera here, is out of focus. We'll get it in focus here. Actually, let me just see if I can turn on. No. Hold on a second. Hopefully this doesn't screw it up. Oh no, it screwed it up. All right, let's try that. We're getting there. Slightly different, okay. But I think I can switch the manual focus now. All right. There we go, all right. All that to say, let's get this boy in here. All right, so you should be able to see inside here. You can actually put like a dude in there, and he's got 2 thermal detonators, so if he gets raided, he can throw thermal detonators out. And honestly, it's not supposed to open like that in real life, so they also included the actual way you're supposed to open it, the actual hatch here. But yeah, so it's like, I love the little details they put in. And oh, I'll show this too on that troop transport. That's what it's referred to as a troop transport. On this one here, this is very much not to scale at all, which is disappointing, but you can remove this top section, and it has space for like people to sit, so you can still like staff the ship, even though it's not actually fully to scale. There's like compartments and stuff. So like, even though it's not like a fully to scale thing, like this thing is supposed to be huge, but you can still like, oh, still put your minifigures in and stuff. I think it's really cute. And I think I think some of the like Lego knockoff kind of companies and stuff do a bit of a better job at like the details, and like Easter egg type things that they add in. But you know, Lego's the OG. they know what they're doing. That was the problem with that Dice Tower set. Is I got it, and honestly, it was one of the hardest things I've ever built, because it was just like the instructions were not super clear in some parts, and then what else? Oh, the instructions weren't super clear in some parts, and then also I ended up missing. I was missing a couple of pieces, so it got tricky. So it's like, hey, you know what? We'll take it. All right, so I'm not sure how far down. All right, we'll do it like that. Alrighty, so there we go. So now we have rotating piece here. Cool. That's not quite finished yet, but when it's done, we'll have a fully rotating neck joint. All right. Oh, autofocus is stuck. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much for letting me know, because I would have just kept going. Let me adjust this here. Ooh, that's a bit too far to the side. Ah, yes. We love a good crunchy video, right? I have no idea what actual resolution this is supposed to be putting out right now. I think it's 720. I don't know. We love a good crunchy video. All right. So I was working with Val because she wanted to make her video output higher, and so we were dealing with changing the resolution on on Streamlabs, and it's just like so scary. It's so scary because if you screw it up, then you're gonna have like the fun pixelated video. Like you've seen it on some streamers when you're watching, and their video just turns into like, it looks like a bad music video transition, you know? So I was very worried about that. But then when the stream actually happened, it was okay. It ended up being fine. As long as the viewer has their video output set to 1080, or to source, it should be good. I think we got it right. It's complicated. It's very, very complicated, and it makes my head spin sometimes. But alrighty, so we are at this state at the moment. Try and get this into a bit better frame here. One day, if I do continue to do these Lego builds, which I would love to, if people like watching them, I'd love to get a better setup here, because this is a bit of a weird setup. This is just kind of what I threw together with the stuff that I had. All right. So I'm glad it's just working out. Yeah, they just announced there's some sets that came out this year that I haven't grabbed that are on my list, and next year I should hopefully have some more disposable income, so I should be able to grab more stuff, which I'm excited about. But it's still probably going to be a couple months probably before the next one. But I'm going to try and keep doing my once a month streams as much as I can. All right. But there's a couple of sets that came out this year that I have not grabbed that I'd like to. Specifically the ones from Andor. There's, I think, one set from Andor in particular that I'm like, that's a troop transport. But also, there's a really cool 3-in-1 castle set that I didn't know about until just recently. That also looks very cool. Alrighty. last page of this bag. Ooh, okay, this is fun. So I've watched Lego YouTube channels for a long time. People who just talk about Lego stuff. This is gonna be really hard to show. I'm trying to show it here. Gonna try and get this in frame. It's a paint roller piece, but we're gonna use it as like a cool technological piece. Gotta watch Angel War. Everyone keeps saying it's good. It's weird. I will say, if I would not be offended if someone watched it and said, it's not my cup of tea, because it is definitely a weirder show. But I really enjoyed it a lot, honestly. I think part of the reason why I liked it so much is because I enjoy like the Star Wars books and comics and stuff, and so sometimes I'm used to getting characters that I don't recognize or I don't know anything about, you know? And so, 90% of that cast are people that I've never heard of, they're new characters. So it's fun. It's fun in that way. So it's like, yeah, if you don't mind going into it knowing that you're probably not going to get anything more than a vague cameo to like Darth Vader, it's fun. But I know some people specifically go into Star Wars stuff expecting like, all right, I want a Jedi. I need 3 space battles, and Yoda has to be in it. I'm like, no. All right. Alrighty, so that is it. It looks like, yeah. So this is from the first bag. We got 1 bag down, 3 to go, and these are all the leftover pieces. A lot of extra pieces here. I usually keep all the extra pieces in the actual tray until I'm actually done building, because sometimes I have a fear. I have a fear of some of the pieces being in the wrong bag. So I always try and keep it all together there. All right. Bag number 2. Get that good ASMR. Oh yeah, frog song, let's go. There we go. So first things first is we get to build the ATST driver, or I don't know what their actual title is. But they are some type of like officer. I know they appeared in like a lot of the Star Wars video games, which is kind of fun. But there we go. There's our pilot here. Get that framed up. There we go. And I'm gonna flip his helmet around so you can see. He has a angry face and back printing on his shirt, which is not always common. So another fun thing. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Show it off. So you can see it real quick. I will. There it is. Cool. 2 for the price of 1. Perfect. Yeah, the dice trays are perfect for Lego building because it keeps everything together. So this is the Walker pilot, Walker driver from the Rogue One set in the gray here. Let's see if we get this. There we go. And then the white is the new one. So it's kind of fun. They gave him like a little snow outfit. And then one more for the full collection here, I guess. I don't know if it's actually the full collection, but I'll use a random base plate for this. A slight variant on the left here from one of the Rebels episodes showed this kind of like masked pilot version. I don't really know what was going on with that, but I thought it was really cool. So yeah, they really do. They put a lot of, like, even down to the specific color choices. Specific color choices. And yeah, for some reason when they did the Rogue One Walker, they were like, we're gonna go with like a gray tint on the clothes, but then for the Hoth one it'll be white. I think partially because people know, or they know that people will will buy a set just for the minifig, which actually I just showed this off at the beginning when I opened up the first bag. But this is Chewbacca here, the Chewbacca from the set. And as you can see, that's not glare, that is snowflakes. Little snowflakes on his fur. I have some other Wookiees and Chewbacca specifically, but that's the first one I've had with an actual like flecks of snow on his fur, which is kind of fun. All right. Oh, and also he has one more accessory piece here. He has a pair of macro binoculars. Come on. There we go. Give him his macro binoculars. There we go. Back when I had in my previous apartment that I lived in, I had more space to set stuff up, and I like to set up like little mini dioramas, you know, of like little battle scenes. Thank you for the okay. Oh, the head pats are way off. Oh my goodness, you were right. I saw him that time. Why are they so off? Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, that was interesting.
I know Val is streaming at the moment, so there we go. Fix the head pats. Head pats for the chat. Y'all can have my head pats. You'll get the last couple. These now they're mine. I'm taking. I am assuming the head pats. But I would definitely say check out Andor if you're ever interested for like a kind of serious, like sci-fi drama. Like it's pretty good. It's you have to go if you go into it with the mentality of I'm gonna watch a serious sci-fi drama. It's really good. You know, if you go into it expecting Attack of the Clones, you're not gonna get that. Although I won't say that there aren't clones in it. Ooh. What was what called, Bess? Andor, yes. A prequel series to the Rogue One movie. It takes place about 5 years before Rogue One. Yeah, yeah. Although technically you could say it's a mid-between-quel, because it is after the prequel movies. So it's I don't know. Star Wars is a weird beast because it's got so many series and movies and stuff now. You know, it's kind of a complicated beast here. I was thinking about it one day. This was a while ago. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, there's not really anything else like that franchise that's like been going on for this long and has this many variations, and they're still making content for it, and they haven't just fully rebooted. Like even something like, you know, He-Man or Transformers and stuff like that always just ended up like rebooting. But they never fully did a full reboot, you know? I mean, they did with the comics, but you know, the 80s comics got friggin' weird. They got very strange. when you went to see Rogue One, I said you think the rebels are gonna win. Oh, were they wrong though? I mean, technically they did win, but at what cost? At what cost? Yeah, that was the thing where I did not. I mean, it was the thing where I kind of assumed most everybody in the movie was gonna die, just because they were characters we don't hear about later. You know, you think they would show up, but spoilers for Rogue One. But it was still at the end. I was like, oh damn, no, they really nixed everyone here. Like everyone's gone. Radio. Moving on through, moving on up. I'm so glad this song did not play after the frog song. That would have been really weird. No, that was the thing, is that that was a big critique I heard of Andor, is that people being like, I mean, like Cassian dies in Rogue One. Like, why would I bother watching Andor? It's like, okay, but you watched Rogue One knowing that most of these people were going to die anyway, so I don't know. Give it a chance. But go into it assuming it's going to be space drama, not if you want Star Wars pulpy Star Wars stuff, then go watch the Obi-Wan series. They give us that so that they could do something weird later. Okay. All right, so then we add that piece. Oh, I see where we're going. Sorry, I have to get quiet sometimes because I have to stop and look at the actual instructions. I do the thing sometimes with building. Like if you've ever played like Guitar Hero or something, you ever catch yourself realizing you're looking like not at the here's my hand. You're not looking at the actual like notes hitting the bar. You're looking like 4 notes ahead, or DDR. You know, you're doing that. I do that with Legos, where I'll be like, oh, I'm looking at 3 steps ahead at all the stuff they changed. You know, and then just figuring it out along the way. But yeah, you know, with Star Wars, I do love seeing like anything they put out is going to be, you know, a fun watch. I'll give it a shot. I'm even in the camp of people that honestly I did enjoy the Book of Boba Fett, even though it was not the best show. Like I did enjoy it, you know. But what was I gonna say? Oh, but still fun no matter what. But I do get tired a little bit. I am slowly reaching my limit on stuff taking place in the between what was it, 3 and 4, between those two. I'd love to see them do more stuff outside of that, and it sounds like they are. The Acolyte is coming out soon. I think it's the next thing after Mando season 3, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very hyped about that. I'm more excited about that than Mando season 3, honestly. Yeah, so when they announced, they were like, oh, okay, well, we're kind of resetting the extended universe. Everybody got really upset about it, and fair. Like, a lot of people had, like, honestly, like, even myself, you know, I didn't grow up in the 80s, you know, or anything like that, but I grew up getting a lot of the cool stuff that from the 90s, like a lot of the video games and stuff. But I never assumed that stuff was actually canon. Like, that stuff never actually was, like, yeah, this is my head canon, but this is stuff like the actual stuff that happened is in the movies, you know. Like that never registered in my brain totally. So when they announced, okay, well, that stuff, we're kind of moving away from that, but then we're doing stuff that's actually canon, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then I realized that a lot of people, that was their canon, so it kind of
kind of hurt him a little bit. But I did always like Boba Fett surviving. I always thought that was a nice touch. That his armor was like so tough that it survived, and also the fact that he really didn't get a fair shot at doing anything in the movies. Really, he just kind of stood there and then screwed up and then fell in a pit. So it's nice to see him actually like being competent. And it was really cool that in Book of Boba Fett they were able to get Tamara Morrison back. I was really glad they were able to actually get him back to act in it.
Right.
Oh, Mandalorian, yes. Chef's kiss. I have my personal gripes with it. Like, I really hated the ending of Mando Season 2 with Luke showing up. I absolutely hated that because I love the Dark Troopers, and I hate that he just like knocked him out in one go. One of my favorite games, if not my favorite game, is Star Wars Dark Forces, which introduced the Dark Troopers, and so it was really cool to see them like on screen. That's so cool. And then they get like 1 second of screen time, and then Luke just shows up and kills them all. I'm like, come on, guys. But the rest of Mando Season 2 was fantastic, and Season 1 was really good as well. And I mean, it'd be really hard to like I don't know if I can. This might be hard. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna screw up my footage again here.
Going up. All right. We're on the minifigure wall here. My small minifigure wall. All right. So this is like command stripped
to the wall, so I can't just pull it off.
So, all right, we're gonna rotate around here. And we're gonna tilt up. There's the Mandalorians. Ooh, come on, frame. I think that might be as good as we're gonna get.
Oh wow, it's so cockeyed.
Well, I apologize, it's like at a weird angle. There we go. There's the Mando squad. The only...
Why is it's such a weird angle? That's so weird.
The only figures, Mandalorians I don't have up there that I have are 2 old versions of Boba Fett and Jango Fett before they did this redesign with the armors.
Yeah. Talk about Revan over here. Got Darth Revan over here.
These are just some of my favorite minifigures that I have, so I like to. Come on.
But yeah, so I wanted to make sure I showed off all my Mandalorians, and we got, of course, 2 different Din Djarins here. Oh, and then also his less finished version over there before he got his Beskar.
But oh wow, what is going on with the lighting here? That's about as good as we're gonna get, but all right, I'm gonna try and revert this back to the way we had it before. Oh, I will show this real quick while we have this set up.
Move out of the way.
Also, we have the droids. Little droid display here. My favorite little droids. All right. Maybe knows more about Star Wars, but the Mandalorians are fucking cool. I agree.
Everybody loves some Mando action, I will say. Even before the big
canon reboot.
Oh yeah, I had to get the Portal 2 set. Had to get Chell.
That was necessary. Here we go. Zoom this in here. How's that? Is that okay? Does that look all right?
It's not really a set.
It's not really a set. Here, I can pull up a picture. It's like a fake set, kinda. So it was part of the Lego Dimensions line for the Toys to Life game they did. So, which I never actually got that actual game because it really didn't interest me all that much. Oh my goodness, it's so small. Hold on. Hold on, I got the that's better. All right. Copy image, and can I just paste it in here? Let's see. Oh, delete that. Sorry, we're going on a tangent here. Going on a tangent, but I gotta show this. Since you don't know about this, you gotta show this. All right, here we go. This is the Portal 2 set. There we go. I grabbed the wrong thing at first. Yeah. I wish it was an actual, like, here, it's like a little test chamber, you know? Like, I wish they would actually do a real set, an actual set. But they didn't. They just did this. But the turret honestly is very cute. The Chell minifigure is perfect. And then the companion cube is fun. I think I got the companion cube. I know I saw it. There it is. My bag of non-Star Wars stuff. We'll set this out here for y'all. I'm not sure where the turret is. The turret is somewhere. Turret is somewhere. I kept it together, but yeah, here's the. We'll keep the companion cube out here.
Put it next to Anakin here. There we go. But where was I? Oh, we're moving on to a new put together here. But yeah, I really liked they did that. Oh, no problem. I really this is going to sound sadder than it is, but it's really not that sad. This is genuinely just Legos are one of my like personal favorite hobbies, and I just don't get to talk about it all that much, honestly. So you being like, oh, I want to see the Portal minifigure, I'm like, I got you. I got you.
That a little loud. We'll turn that down just a little bit. All right. And okay, cool. Yeah, the Chell minifigure is really cool. I wish they would have done more video game tie-ins, honestly. Yeah, no, Lego is something that I've been into for years. Very long time. So I've been slowly collecting stuff whenever I can afford it, you know? Honestly, Lego Witcher set would be awesome. I would love that. I would love a Lego Witcher set. I would love more just... Okay, so... I can pull up a picture if need be, but they're putting out some sets that are specifically based off Dungeons and Dragons. I would love more fantasy sets from Lego in general, but they did a lot of like medieval sets for a long time. Yeah, really. They did a lot of medieval sets for a long time, and as time has gone on, like I guess like around Lord of the Rings coming out, like the first 3 Lord of the Rings movies was kind of like the biggest like last hurrah of those Lego sets actually selling well. Because then after that, they kind of abandoned it. They made like a sci-fi night thing, and then they kind of dropped it from there. But I'd love for them to go back to it, and they've recently been putting out some really, really cool stuff from some really cool sets that are like fantasy themed, but they're what is it? Okay, so I can't show it because there's not any pictures of it yet. They haven't revealed any photos yet, but they are releasing a Dungeons and Dragons themed set. But they've been putting out some really cool fantasy stuff lately. They just put out like a couple of really cool fantasy sets that are kind of medieval. Like there's one that's a medieval blacksmith. And there's like a mill, I think, something else. I can't remember exactly, but I would love to see more of that stuff. But a lot of it is geared at like the older audience. It's not geared at the younger audience, so the price points are kind of a lot. It's like, oh yeah, here's a really cool set. It's $400 though. I'm like, 400 USD? Damn. Yeah, I saw that mimic build somebody did, and I adore that. I really hope that they do something kind of like that, but I also hope they do something that's I hope the Dungeons and Dragons sets are more like well, thank you, Val, for the stretch. I also hope they do something like I saw someone also come up with a system that's like a dungeon with pieces that you move around, so you can like build your own dungeon and then move like the modular pieces. That's the term they like to use, modular. The pieces around, so you can kind of like have it be different maps, like dungeon tiles essentially. And I would, oh man, if Lego started putting out official like D&D dungeon tiles, they would make so much money. They would make so much money. They do not know how much money they would make. But I think the Wizards of the Coast? I can't remember who does it. Whoever is in charge of the making like the minis, whoever the official minis for D&D, I think someone has some sort of big holdout there where they're like, hey, no, they're not allowed to do that, because if they do that, that will put us out of business. Yeah, Wizards of the Coast. Yeah. Because they put out Lego dungeon tiles, and people will just start being able to use Lego minifigures for their player models and stuff. Like, a lot of people already do that for D&D. I know I've heard of people doing it before, but like, if they started doing that, and you'd be like, oh yeah, okay, so I can have my dungeon tiles, but also I bought this Star Wars set that has a Wampa, and so that's my monster. It's like, okay, cool. The Wizards of the Coast is not seeing $1 from that except for licensing, you know? And I think that's what's holding them back. Steal a lot of customers from Dwarven Forge. Yep. I think honestly, that's the reason. I think there's some. I would be shocked if that was not floated by before, and someone at the D&D team was like, "No, we cannot do that. It would ruin everything, except for what's good for the players." So, because I think the most important thing about tabletop is making it accessible for people. I'm genuinely hoping. They've been doing this thing lately with a lot of like busts that I really don't care about too much. There's a really pretty large version of this Viper droid, the probe droid, that's like big. It's a big boy, and it's really nice. But then they do these busts of like helmets and stuff, and I just don't care. And so I'm afraid that they're gonna do just like, all right, it's a beholder, there you go, or all right, it's just the Dungeons and Dragons logo made out of bricks. It's like, oh, okay. I'm afraid they're gonna do something like that. But here's hoping. Here's hoping it's something cool. Here's hoping they actually do something cool. Give us an owlbear? Absolutely. I mean, like, honestly, I think I could dig through my figures and find it, but they released some in the Chima line. I think I'm a little far from my mic. In the Chima line, they released a lot of good pieces for hybrid, for like harpies, kind of like hybrid bird or Tengu, harpies or Tengu, like hybrid human bird people, like really good stuff for that. And then also really good stuff for hybrid human / snake people, like also in that same line. They did a really good job. I think they also did some bear, like werebear type people. I did not really follow Chima that much, but I did end up getting some of the minifigures because they were just cool. And like, it's like all the stuff is already there. It's all there. Have I played D&D myself? Yes, I have played a little bit. And I played one campaign that lasted about a year. And we got pretty far. Like, we didn't actually totally finish our story before some stuff happened with the DM, and they had to stop. And then I played a campaign that I left because the DM was awful. It was just not fun. And then, oh, whoops, almost did that wrong. And then I've actually DM'd a bunch myself for Star Wars D&D. I ran a Star Wars D&D campaign that lasted like 4 years, something like that, and ended just this past fall, which also took up a lot of my time. But which I don't have any of my D&D stuff in here, but I have it out in the living room. But yeah, so I've done some D&D. I've only done actual Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition one time though, and I'd like to do it again. I'm totally down to do more at some point. But yeah, it's like you said, finding a group is hard. Yeah, all my D&D groups except for the one that I left because the DM was bad, and not just bad, like sexist, not someone I want to be around kind of bad, like like an unpleasant person. Like that was what made me leave, not just like, oh, they can't do voices, you know. But yeah, no, bad human stuff. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. And also they had a weird fascination with being like, oh, when we play D&D, we get here at noon, and then you get to leave at like 11 o'clock. And I was like, man, a D&D session should be like 4 hours. But the rest of my campaigns have all been, yeah, remote, which just makes it easy, because it's like I have a lot of maps and stuff I have downloaded. Exactly. I was like, that was my thing. It's like, hey, you know what? If I can't find people who will want to do Star Wars D&D, I will just do it myself. I will just find people to play, and I did. I found a networking site that let me find some people. I can't remember the name of it now, but found a couple of weirdos, and they were very fun. Stuck with me through a whole campaign. But I'd love to. A friend of ours, or a friend of mine, friend of me and Val's. We've known them for a while from like the cosplay stuff. Does D&D like regularly with like their friend group, and they have like this whole setup with like a table that's like themed for it, and they have like candles and stuff hanging up on the wall. So like you walk into this basement essentially, and it's like you're transported into the dungeon realm. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I would love to do that, but I'm like, also when it's the funny thing of like, well, they didn't like invite me, but then also I didn't want to like push my way in and be like, excuse me. But also I think they meet like multiple times a week, and I cannot drive like 2 hours to go to D&D twice a week. No thanks, I can't do that. So I don't mind remote stuff, that's for sure. I would really enjoy, I want to DM again at some point, actually.
thinking about it, I have like a Star Wars theme that I've been working on for a while that I'm planning on
grabbing my old group to try and do, maybe. If they're ever if they're ever available. They're very hard to wrangle up right now. But also, I would love to just
be a participant in a fantasy D&D campaign again.
it's just fun, you know? Foundry virtual tabletop with a few mods and plugins.
I don't. That sounds familiar, but I don't think that's what we used for the 5e campaign I was in. I can't remember what it was called. No, it was definitely not that. I just remembered it was not that. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm thinking of something else. But no, I bet that'd be useful. It wasn't Roll20. I think it was actually just called Roll. I don't think it wasn't Roll20. It was like roll.net or something. I can't remember exactly. But it was a site that's in beta. So it was definitely janky. But someone in the group had paid for it, so they were like, "We're gonna use it," and I was like, "All right."
Sick. I got beverage. Don't ask about that. Don't ask about that. I know Dirge had been talking at one point about doing a D&D campaign, and if he offers, I'm gonna be interested for sure. But also at the same time, every time I think about doing D&D, I think about how much of like a time sink it is. But also, I haven't played in a campaign in a long time that actually, like, the plot got me interested, you know? The last one that I was in was interesting, but there was not a good overarching plot. And that's the real trick, I feel like, with DMing, is that you have to make a plot that gets people invested. Or find some way of getting your players invested. Which is very tricky. I was in my Star Wars campaign that I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about doing a starter campaign, or before the actual main campaign, do a session of the Quiet Year, just to try and get them more invested with the world. Like, they help build the world, so it makes them more invested, you know? I feel like that would be... I thought that was a fun idea. Yeah, players are trying to murder hobos, or you have players like me that just kind of just get bored. So it's kind of like, I'm just on my phone until my turn, because I'm not really invested in anything going on. Which is like, I don't want to be like that, but if I'm not interested, like, it's hard to hold my attention. I'll just fall asleep. With my last campaign, I tried my best to figure out what each player really liked and tried to find a good balance to keep everyone entertained with RP. Honestly, that's fair. That's a really good trait to have, because I really enjoy a good story, you know? When it comes to D&D stuff, I enjoy a really good story. But second to that, I enjoy, honestly, a little bit of, like, some arcadiness, maybe a little bit. Like, I like role-playing and stuff, but a little bit of a dungeon crawl. Like, not everything, not 8 sessions of dungeon crawling, but, like, hey, if one or two sessions is doing a dungeon crawl, perfect, you know? And that was something that I did like, in my last campaign that I was in, is there was a bit of a dungeon crawl a couple of times, but it was interesting because it was like, oh, we went into this cave and then found out it had like this temple inside of it.
the problem with it was that everything leading up to it was very much not interesting. You know, it was hard to get us excited to go into this cave because I think we had more money than we needed and we just had no investment into actually going in there. So it was hard to like get the players in there. But then once they were in there, like it was a really cool dungeon crawl. Okay, all right.
I just realized can't hear this. Turn that up.
The intense distractions. No, that's good. Like honestly, that was my thing is that when I was like, oh, you know, I want to do a Lego building stream, I have no idea how invested or how interested people would actually be in it. So I figured I'd just make it kind of like a one-person podcast here. One-person podcast. There we go. And just chat. You know, just make it a just chatting, just hanging out, talking with anybody who wants to stop in. And Val was not streaming tonight. She's just playing on Dirge and Kizzy's stream. So my modding duties are I have no modding duties. So I'm like, let's go. Yeah, that's my thing is I've heard people just be like, oh, I just really enjoy watching builds. I just like watching builds. And so I'm like, okay. If there are people out there that enjoy it, I can facilitate. Put on some chill tunes and just hang out. Because otherwise, if I was just going to build this, I would just put on YouTube videos and build it. Like, I think next time, one thing I would change for my next Lego build is I think I'll probably get my stream set up to play copyrighted music safely, you know, and then just play stuff through Spotify, so I can have a wider range of stuff, not just video game things. All right, so as you can see, we're coming together here. We're getting some progress. It's starting to actually look like something. Ooh, we busted out a new bag. Busting out a new bag. So this is current extra piece check. Io, you are still here. I was wondering if you if you ran away or if you were still chilling. So I appreciate. Hey, I really appreciate y'all sticking around. I do appreciate it a lot. We're gonna pull out bag 3. Crinkly. Bag number 3 here. Come on. There we go. You're drawing. What are you drawing? Oh, man. Ooh, yeah, we're getting started on the legs. I'm hoping. I'm very much hoping. So the hardest part of the set are like the 2 panels right here with the like side panels with the guns and everything. Here we go. Turn this down just a little bit. Yeah, they usually include actually a lot of extra pieces. So if you do lose something, you have enough stuff. But the other fun part about it is that it kind of helps you, which I don't know if this is intentional or not, honestly, but it kind of helps you start building like a collection of pieces. Even if they're all like little tiny bits, then when you're building your own thing, you have lots of little tiny bits to go with. Just part of one of the reasons why Lego doesn't sell like bags of tiny, little teeny tiny pieces. Like they only sell bulk of like large bricks, like for random. My words are not coming out right, but like creative sets that are like, oh hey, here's just like a bunch of regular normal bricks. It's just normal bricks. But if you get the tiny bricks, little tiny detail pieces, You really can have a lot of those from just buying sets and having leftover pieces. So, and it helps boost your collection, and then also, if you lose something, you have
You have extra stuff.
Oh man. I used to do
Some drawing, some like art drawing stuff, and anatomy is hard. Anatomy is very hard.
hands were probably one of the few parts of anatomy that I could get pretty good, but then I'd be like start drawing a leg and it was all wrong.
They just turned into tentacle people. Or oh no, a passing car, you can't see the legs.
All right. Looks like we're starting with the feet. Actually, the feet on the set. This sounds very weird, but the feet on the set are one of the things I was very interested in because they're very, very different from the builds on the other sets, on the other the walkers, and you're gonna be able to see it very clearly because you can see the feet over here. So very, very different build on the feet, which is great because their stability is not very good. So hopefully, hope the stability on this one lasts a bit better. Oh man, when I was getting stuff set up, I think it was this song, this Minecraft track played while I was getting things set up. And where I restarted the playlist, and I was just like, "Oh man, I want to play Minecraft." I was sitting here getting this all set up. I'm like, "Do I cancel stream and just go play Minecraft? Maybe I do."
I miss.
Was it this year or was it last year? It's such a good comfort game. It has always been
A big comfort game for me for
a very long time. Like since it came out,
basically. I
found it very comforting. And then I miss. I can't remember if it was this past year or end of. It had to be end of last year, like around this time last year. Honestly, I will get through this story. I swear. But around at the end of this time last year. I met a couple of guys one guy on VR chat, and we just like hit it off. We were just talking about stuff, and he was younger than me, but he was still like,
18, 19, something like that.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, well, me and my friends are gonna start a Minecraft server, and hey, if you want to come play, you totally can. Like we have like these bases set up and all this stuff." And I was like, "Oh, absolutely." So we transferred over from VR chat to Minecraft, and oh my goodness, I put so many hours into that Minecraft world, and then the person hosting it stopped paying for hosting, and it just ended. I was like, God damn it!
I had such a cool base.
Okay, so I need. That's a red piece. All right. I think I got some screenshots. They'd be saved on my Xbox profile somewhere because I was playing on the Xbox version of it, and I think I got a couple of screenshots of it. The base itself, honestly, was not that crazy. It was not that. It was nothing like no technological marvel or anything, but I had gone to the trouble of building my entire base up inside like this giant grove of trees that was like sticking off the side of a mountain. And so as a result, it was kind of hidden, and it took a while for like the other people on the server to actually find it. And then they started posting in their Discord like, "Whose base is this? Who built this? Reveal yourself." But it was a lot of fun. Just building my little secret alcove, because like I didn't know any of the other people on the server. So like when the one person that I met got on, I would go and just like hang out with them. But then otherwise, I'm like, well, I'm just go work on my little place by myself. But I've always been I have a problem with Minecraft as much as I enjoy it. I have a problem with it where if I'm not playing on a multiplayer server, I lose interest very quick. But if I'm playing on a multiplayer server, even if nobody else is playing on it, even if it's just like me and 3 people who don't play anymore, if it's just me like building on a server that I know other people could join and go see what I built, then I will be invested. I'll be highly invested. So highly invested. I played on this one server a long time ago where yeah, exactly, it's like discovering ruins of some type, you know, like I'm just cruising around the map and I start going to a cave, and then I find in the cave there's already torches. I'm like, someone's already been here, so don't expect anything really good, you know. Like, so it's fun kind of trying to explore, especially if you go out really far away, like you're really far from the original spawn point, because you're looking for like some rare spawn, like a mushroom biome or something, and you come across like signs of people that have already been out that way. I'm like, who put this hole here? Who put this hole here? Who built this dirt house? You know, stuff like that. So it's I love playing on multiplayer servers. It's so much fun, and it's in some ways more fun when there aren't people around, if that makes any sense. Minifig audience. Our team did another minifig audience. All right. Who do I put out here? Minifig. All right. So minifigs are the little Lego guys, you know, like the minifigure is what it's short for. And anytime someone redeems one, I can add a person to my audience over here. And I'm going to add cool. Since we're talking about Minecraft, I will add a Minecraft skeleton. So Val redeemed earlier. She redeemed one, and I added Anakin. And I do have, if you do redeem minifig audience, oh, grab him and sip him. Take a sippy here. If you do redeem one, I do have Star Wars stuff, but also non-Star Wars stuff. So if you're like, hey, I want you to add a police officer, I'm like, all right, I got you. I'll go get one. All right, so I thought that'd just be a fun addition. I got you. You need a monster? I'll add a monster. You want a dinosaur? I got you. All right. Unfortunately, it looks like no. I don't think there's any stickers on this piece. Actually, I don't think there are any stickers in this set at all. That's great. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. I hate putting stickers on these things because they're so. Lego set stickers are the hardest things to put on. They are a nightmare. And so anytime I don't have to do it, I love it. Makes me so happy. And I just realized I don't think there's any in this set. Oh, I screwed that up. I missed a piece. All right. I missed a step. I got too ahead of myself. I got too excited about the lack of stickers. All right.
is... There it is. Oh, no, for real. There's a couple of sets that now it's funny I say that and then I can't think of them now. But I know there are a couple here that I put the sticker on and I was just like, I fucked that up so bad. That is so off center. It's not even funny. But now I'm the only person who notices it, really. Like on this Mandalorian ATST, there's a couple of stickers on here that I'm looking at and I know that they're slightly off center and they're not. It's hard to get them back right, but I also don't think about it until I just now. I just remembered that they were extremely off center. So it's like, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as it feels. All right, where are we? I think we're good with this page. Oh no, actually I missed a spot. One piece. Missed one piece. There we go. Bam. Some people are very, very particular. Very, very, very like precise about putting the stickers on sets, and they're really good at it. And then on the flip side, there are people who legitimately just don't put the stickers on their sets. One, to just not deal with it, and two, because then they're the type of people that end up just taking apart their sets and just using the bricks for other things. So they don't want the stickers to be on there to like classify the brick from a specific set, stuff like that, you know. So there are some people who are very, very particular, and some people who just don't put the stickers on anything at all. But all right, but I gotta try to put the stickers on at least. Because if you don't try, you may not, like, it won't look right, you know? Some more Age of Empires. Yeah, a lot of Age of Empires on here. It's just such good ambient music. The amount of, like, school homework and stuff I've done to Age of Empires music is absurd. The other day I was playing Destiny and I put on Age of Empires music. I like muted the music in Destiny and just played Age of Empires music because, of course. All right, there we go. There's the first foot, I think. I think we're done with that foot. Yeah. So, just for comparison here. Oh yeah, that foot's way chonkier. Look at that. Look at that. Yo, why is it that whenever I talk to someone about Age of Empires, they say that they played on their dad's laptop? I feel like this is not the first time I have heard that specific line. That I played it on my dad's laptop. I don't know. Because it's funny, I did not play it on my dad's laptop. I played it on my friend's dad's laptop, though. It's a universal truth. It's like finding stories of the flood all over the earth, or stories of dragons. Also, everyone played Age of Empires on their dad's laptop. No, I guess it's a funny story. I don't know. To me, it's a funny story. It's such a 90s thing. Is that my friend? He showed me Age of Empires and was like, "You got to check out this game. It's super fun. You build armies and fight stuff." And I was like, "Cool, absolutely." And then the dad collective all agreed to have Age of Empires on their laptops. You know, honestly, I think there might be something to that, because I know a lot of dad type people play war games, like tabletop war games, and Age of Empires is kind of like that. But he was like, "Yeah, you got to try this game. It's like a strategy game, and you build armies and stuff." You know, telling me as a
4-year-old or whatever, and I was like, absolutely, let's check it out. And then we played it, and it was super fun. And then, so he burnt me CD copies of the games, and so I had burnt CD copies that I played at home. And I just had the CD key written down on like a piece of paper, so I could put in the CD key and install it. I don't even know if those had CD keys, actually. I don't think they did. I think you just put them in and played them.
Are you talking about Wololo? You talking about Wololo? There you go. It's in my sound alerts. But I also just like it. So I play it for free. I play it for free because I like that sound so much. I should honestly add that one to my free sounds, to my like points redeem sounds, because pretty much they're all Donkey Kong ones, and then I have one for Lego Island. I should make it a free redeem. Thank you for redeeming the Wololo for 10 bits. I think I'm getting ahead of the game here, but I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. I played so much Age of Empires. Like, it's funny. I know probably my most played game is probably Guild Wars. Like, the first Guild Wars is probably my most played game with like 7,000 hours or something. Or 70,000 hours. I don't know. There's a lot of hours. But I honestly think if I could track how many hours I actually played Age of Empires, including being a child, no, that game would beat out everything. I know for certain I played 10 like at least 10-hour sessions of Age of Mythology when that game came out too. For a fact. Okay. Cool. Cool. This is all going good. This is all going good, guys. Oh man, I had the actual brick I needed and then it's gone. I had it, then it disappeared. Where did it go? Big Daddy pepperoni pizza. Yup. If I ever was kidnapped by some evil organization, here we go. And they were like, "We need you to tell me the cheat codes for Age of Empires, or we'll kill your family." I'd be like, "Absolutely, I got you." Cheesesteak Jimmy's. Still don't know why that is a cheat code. That must be some hilarious thing at Microsoft Studios. But Photon Man, it's another one. I also remember some of the... It's actually really funny how cheat codes stick in your brain, because I remember also in Star Wars Dark Forces, there was also... I can't remember now. I know in Jedi Knight, Yoda jammies would give you full force powers. Another minifig audience. Val, you're streaming, or you're on stream. Who are we gonna add? Ooh, I'll add this guy. This guy's one of my favorites, honestly. Never got to play Dark Forces, but I do love Jedi Knight, Outcast, and Jedi Academy. Well, Mitty, I got a special for you. That was not a pun on your name. That was just what came out of my mouth. Also, I'm going to add We're going to add. This is Bespin. This is a Bespin Cloud Car pilot. That was part of the Star Wars Christmas Advent calendar they did a couple years ago, which is fun because I actually have somewhere the actual Bespin twin pod cloud car. I think it's in pieces, but the pilot was wrong. They just made up a pilot for it, but that's the actual pilot outfit. Anyway, sorry. I'm thinking about. I haven't totally sold myself on the idea yet because it really depends on how busy I'm going to be, and also it depends on Val's streaming schedule. Because I really want to be in there as a mod, especially with how much weird stuff is going on with there being a whole lot of hate raids and stuff lately. So I'm trying to stay on top of things as much as possible. But so there's a couple of things determining it, but. Just want to. Oh, and then these two as well. Okay. But if it all works out, if I am free and stuff, the first week of January, I'm going to have a lot of time off. I have a lot of time off from work. Well, thank you for the Griffin and Sip'em, Val. I'm gonna have a lot of time off from work. And I was planning on doing a marathon stream, multiple streams in a row. Thank you, I appreciate that. I want to do a kind of a marathon, I guess multiple, not all at once, but play them in a row. I want to play Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast. I'm sorry, Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, Mysteries of the Sith, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy. All in a row, because I know my PC can handle them on streaming, and it's hands down my favorite game series. This is all those games, and I know a lot of fun facts. I love trivia. I got the trivia down for those games, so that's something I'm thinking about doing. Because the first Jedi Knight game I can absolutely just plow through and play in one day. That is a one stream game. I can beat that in one stream. It's honestly, I think it's a 7-hour game, something like that. But I wouldn't be playing it on the hardest difficulty. So I would just be vibing. Be playing on easy, but play through it for the story and the gameplay and the what is it, early 90s goodness. Duel Me and Jedi Academy multiplayer, man, that I would be down for that. I don't know, are the servers still up for that? I don't know if there's if it's up, yeah. Absolutely. We would also gonna share this from the instructions here, just in case you needed to know. Here's the word click in 7 languages. Oh. Come back. 7 languages there. So if you ever wondered what click is in French, it's click. Appreciate the throw this there, Lego. Appreciate it. Let's get this back on here. Cool. But yeah, I haven't really talked about that all that much, but assuming that works out, that's something I'd really like to do, is a marathon there and play all of them. And I was thinking that first week because I would have time off, but man, if I needed to split it up among a couple of weeks to just power through them, I just I adore those games. They're really fun. All right, and then we get one Technic socket there. Alrighty. I was originally thinking about to know how much I've thought about playing all those games. I actually originally planned on doing that back the first week of July. I actually planned on doing that specific marathon stream. Again, marathon. I don't know if it'd be a full marathon, but I'd be trying to beat them as quickly as possible without speed running, because that's crazy. But so I've thought about it a lot since then. Right. So it goes this way. Oh, and there's 2 in the bottom here. Okay. But since I have time off, though, it may be something that I do actually super late at night. It may be something where I start streaming at like 9 o'clock and like go super late, you know, and just for fun. All right. And so then, oh, what? What? Oh, I see. I'm real awake right now. There we go. I can feel my early morning catching up with me. Alrighty, so we have officially made the first leg joint here. Yeah, Mitty, I'll be sure to try and if I am able to do that, if everything works out, I'll definitely try and schedule them later so I can you can be sure to catch them as they happen. There we go. Whoop. All right. Got 2 more of those here. His legs coming together. I would love to do a Lego stream at some point that was like a big set, like a Death Star or one of the UCS sets or something like that, Ultimate Collector's Series sets, something like that, and have it take multiple streams. I think that'd be pretty fun. Just to have a set, be like, all right, next Wednesday I'm coming back to finish this set or whatever, you know? So unfortunately, this is my only real dog on all of the ATST sets they have produced to this point. They only have 1 point of articulation, and that is right here. So it can bend like that, but it really needs one here. Needs a real point of articulation here. Technically, this wiggles a little bit, but that's not articulation. It's just loose. But one more here would be nice too for proper posing. Yeah, no, unfortunately you are kind of stuck with the pose of it just standing there, and walking looks really dumb. Meanwhile, though, and I'm gonna pull this down again for a second, it's gonna look horrible, so just bear with me. But meanwhile, this boy, which was the AT-AT, has full like hip, I guess, and then knee, as well as foot posability. So it's not like they can't do it. Like, I mean, granted, this is a quadruped versus a biped, but like it's it's harder to make a biped that you can actually pose and stuff, but it's still like, come on, guys, come on. Y'all have a team of literal engineers who work at Lego. Y'all cannot figure out how to make a posable walking ATST, really? Y'all can't make a knee joint that supports it that much? Come on, y'all. I think we have looped around back to the beginning of the playlist, so I apologize. We're going to start getting duplicates. It's good to know this playlist is about 2 hours long. That's good to know. Oh, we're not quite done.
We're making a little bit of leg armor here. I thought we were starting on the other leg. So I don't know if worked with an engineer slash programmer whose dream job was to be an engineer for designing Lego sets and manuals. Yeah, honestly, like that was a dream for mine too, to be a Lego master builder is the term for it. Actually, but no, like they're actual people who are in charge of coming up with Lego sets and stuff. But then as I got older, I realized that there was a lot more to it than just being an engineer, because they also have to be stuck within certain part limits and what parts they can use and what parts they have to request to be made up, you know, like a new piece for a set. Actually, so there's a lot more. There's like a huge part of it's engineering, and then a huge part of it that's also like what do you call it? Like logistics, I guess. And then also, hey, I feel that. We don't got a lot of brain cells around here, so we got to share. And then also there's an element to it of weird, what's it called? Like playability. Like they can make a set, but if the set is not structurally sound enough and it falls apart when a kid is playing with it, they can't sell it. In this economy, nah. No, they literally can't sell it. Like they've recalled sets because it's too unstable before. It hasn't happened in a long time, but they have done it before. So, or if something is like, all of these are choking hazards. Everything here is a choking hazard. But if something is too much of a choking hazard, they can't sell it. So they have really high standards, which is really interesting when you find stuff that kind of is against those high standards. It's kind of surprising when you see something that kind of goes against their policies, something that slips through, you know. But so like after I learned about all that, I'm like, nah, I'd rather just buy Legos and build them and not have to worry about it being my job. So I bet you they had a similar epiphany. Yeah, like it does. It takes some legit thinking. Like honestly, a perfect example is looking at those two dice tower sets that I showed earlier, compared to an actual official Lego castle set. There are things in those sets that wouldn't fly for sure in an official Lego set, because just when I was building, I'm like, this is annoying. This is annoying to build. So this one part is very frustrating, and I think Lego would have not let that happen. They would have definitely changed something else. Like specifically that fence piece that goes around was a nightmare. That's a nightmare to put together. And it definitely stretches some of their rules for like spacing and stuff. So it's very interesting, because I've bought a couple of like off-brand Lego stuff, and yeah, you can tell it's like, okay, this thing got past their or this thing wasn't quality controlled like an official Lego set is. So sometimes I gotta give them credit for being the hard asses that they are, but it does make me glad that I didn't actually go into engineering to try and become a Lego master builder, that's for sure. Because instead I just get to spend my hard-earned money and or like this was a gift from Dirge, and just get to build it for fun, you know? I don't have to worry about it, my job depending on it. Bro, Duplo stream? Okay. I'm not sure if it's still on there, but on my throne, is it still on there? I'm not sure. If it isn't, I need to add it on there. For fun, I throw Lego sets that I want on my throne, just in the rare chance that someone is like Dirge did, where he was like, "Hey, here you go, I bought you a set. Merry Christmas." Like something random happens like that, because you never know. You see people on Twitter who is like, it was like, oh, someone bought them an entire gaming PC off their own. Like, okay, cool, just set it up. Why not? We'll see what happens. But I would put on there is a 4+ set. It's not Duplo, but it is a 4+ Lego set that I've been tempted to buy a couple of times because it has an ATST in it, and it's based around Indoor, the Battle of Indoor, and this guy. Okay, I need to pull up a picture because you all have been looking at this ATST as I'm building it. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, no, that's the official. It's the official, like, website. This thing looks so dorky. Those are all. Do I just need to do screen capture? Maybe I just need to do screen capture. One second. That would probably make life easier if I just did that. Bear with me for a second. Yeah, the nostalgia from the Spyro music? Absolutely. Alright. It's gonna look ugly for a second. Nope, that's not it. It's the wrong one. Where is it? There we go. There we go. Look at this. So this is the 4+ set. Come on, go back to full screen. There we go. Yeah. But you see this this kind of dorky version of the ATST. I've been tempted to get it a couple times just because why not? Just to add to my ATST collection. But no, they like really cut down the like Duplo. I think they actually ended the Duplo line. I don't know if you heard about that, but I believe the Duplo line itself is actually over. But instead they do these normal Lego sets, but they're just really big bricks. Like like they're not Duplo, but it's like it would be like the ATST and the entire head is one piece, you know? I'm pretty sure they discontinued Duplo. I could fact check myself, but I won't. But I'm pretty sure they discontinued it. And I think they did just because the window for kids playing with Duplo was very small. Like it was like trying to introduce these like toddlers essentially to Lego. And first off, they have to be like grown up and smart enough to be able to understand building with the Duplo blocks, but also young enough to not be like, why would I want this when I can get an actual Lego set, you know? Like it's a very weird small little window that I think Duplo really appeals to. And I think parents weren't buying them, so instead they make stuff like there's a fire truck one where 30% of the build is just one piece, and that's the frame for the fire truck, you know? So they just stuck to very big bricks. I know I bought one because it had a superhero in it. I think it had like Spider-Man or something, and I really wanted the minifigures that were in the set, so I just bought it. Yeah. The build was left something to be desired, but for a kid it'd be perfect. Hi, sorry. we're dealing with my two hot button topics right here, Legos and Star Wars. I can go on about all of them for multiple hours.
Yeah, it is
Exactly that. It's like, hey, we made this cool thing with, Black Panther in it, and it's like, all right, well, it's just got to have a building or a vehicle that is basically just 6 pieces. So you look at the set and it's 30, but even those really are a weird price point, because it's like, oh yeah, like that one, it was like $35, but it's,
let's see, let me tell you the exact price point here. It's $35 US and 87 pieces, which, it's a calculator here, I don't want to do that math. Oh wow, streaming slowed down the PC. There we go. Nope, just one please. It's what, 87 divided by 35? Nope, that's multiplied. Can't do the math. It's like $2 a piece, something like that. So it's very oh no, that's it, isn't it? $2 a piece.
One brick is $2. That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous price point. I'm glad you enjoy it. I look into this stuff a little too much sometimes. I've not bought some sets, even though I did kind of want it. Some sets I just buy because I just like them and I want them, but I have also not bought some sets because honestly the value of it is just ridiculous. When I'm looking at it, like, oh wow, if you break this down like parts to how how like expensive it is, it's 30 cents a piece. Come on Lego. On average, if you're curious, the typical price point that a lot of hardcore Lego fans look for is 10 cents a piece. So a lot of times, if in US dollars anyway, like this set is, I want to say the set retails for about like 60-ish, I think, which I feel like is a little high for the set personally. But if you look at this, has 586 pieces, so at the math, it comes out to be about $58, which is like honestly $60 for 586 pieces is honestly pretty good. Price to part ratio, anyway, is generally pretty good. But would I appreciate it cheaper? Absolutely. Plastics, it's expensive though. And that's one of the problems with being an adult, is I look at Legos, I'm like, that is not worth it in terms of the price of plastic. And also, fun fact, if you are curious, if you'll see, if you look into the Lego fandom at all, a lot of people blame the expensiveness of Star Wars sets on the price of the license, and actually Lego does not raise the price of their Star Wars sets based on the cost of the license. Actually, they make enough money that they don't actually do that. They're just expensive sets. The price of the license is already taken care of before it even reaches consumers, so they offset their prices based on the entire, like, all sets that they put out. Like, technically buying this Lego Star Wars set is helping pay for the Star Wars license, as well as the Marvel license, as well as the Harry Potter license and all that stuff. Like, it's spread out across everything, so this one set is not more expensive just because it's Star Wars. Yeah, it's like they take the loss on some things, and then on other, like, at the same time though, it's like more spread out. So it's like, well, it is nice because you know the Disney licensed stuff would be more expensive. So, but a nice thing about Legos though is that they are like anything. You can find them cheaper some places, and if you wait long enough, prices come down on some things. Oh, I screwed that up. I was just talking. I put this in the wrong spot. So that needs to go there. We need more and more piece. That was on autopilot. Y'all got me heated. Talking about price to part ratios. Whew. There we go. Something I would wonder about. It's a prop. Oh, I don't think I have an. I don't have an Admiral Akbar figure, but I do have a figure of the Mon Calamari from Rogue One. That was included in one set, so I have that one, but I don't have an Akbar figure. I almost did, I think, buy the set that had Akbar in it, though. I almost did.
It was like an A-wing. Which I was like,
oh, I totally missed a whole build on that last section, too. I didn't notice. Not complaining. I don't mind going back, but let me just fix that real quick. This entire toe piece was missing. Easy fix, though. Easy. Oh no, y'all are not causing distractions at all. I mean, well, technically, that's a lie. Technically, you are, but I would not have streamed if I didn't want distractions. You know, if I wanted to power through this in an hour, I would have not streamed it. So, I just appreciate y'all hanging out with me and chatting and being interested in all this nonsense, all this weirdness. And honestly, that's something I probably would have missed even if I was just building it off stream by myself, because I missed instructions here. I missed this step right here. Just this one piece. Just this one section. Just missed it. Just overlooked it. I'm glad y'all could make it. I mean, honestly, Mitty, you and Vess are probably, if I had a list of like people who are in my streams the most, it's usually y'all, because I think y'all caught. I don't think you caught my last stream where I played. I forgot the name of the game. I played a game. It was a video game, and I played it. But I. I don't think y'all caught that one, but in the one before that where I was playing Phoenix Rising, that fantasy game, I know y'all were in there. Oh, the Lego racing stream. I forgot about that one. That was a lot of fun. I gotta go back at some point and play through Lego Racers 2. At some point, do a playthrough of Lego Racers 2. But Lego Racers 2 is a lot harder. That game is so much harder than Lego Racers 1. Oh my goodness. Is it so much harder? I do have all my VODs saved on YouTube, though. I don't have them public. I need to make them public. But just so if someone did want to go back and watch, you know, an absolute pro at Lego Racers beat it in one stream, you know. They could do that. But yeah, no, I do need to go back and do Lego Racers 2 at some point. Skip down. So 1, 2, 3.
Get that good click ASMR. There we go. Backlog of games? No, for real. Honestly, at some point, and I'm not sure when exactly it happened, at some point I looked at my backlog and said, I'll get to it when I get to it. Because I used to be like, all right, get through this game, and then I'm gonna go play this one next. I was really, really serious about like trying to get through all my backlog. And then where's this piece going? Oh, those are inverted. That's the wrong spot. Hold up. You're on holiday break as of yesterday. Have you played the Spyro remastered or remake? I think it's technically a remake because it's from scratch. But if you play that one, I played that back when it came out. I was really excited for it, and it was fantastic. Honestly, it was honestly a very good remake. Yeah, they did a good job. It frustrated me because I really enjoyed the Spyro remake, and then I tried to play the Crash one, and I'm so bad at Crash Bandicoot. Oh my goodness, I'm horrible at Crash Bandicoot. That was a discovery. Granted, I never played Crash Bandicoot when it was on like PlayStation 1. I played Spyro when I was on PlayStation 1, but Crash was a new one to me, and that one was hard. But it was really fun. I had never actually like 100% completed Spyro, and I finally did. Finally did when the remake came out. Crash Bandicoot was the original Getting Over It, and Dark. Yeah, no, for real. They were brutal. There were some real brutal games in that era of video games. They made some very, very difficult, very brutal games. They did not pull any punches, especially with something like Crash. I mean, that's like going back and playing the old arcade, like not arcade, but like the pseudo arcade games, like Mario World or Sonic, like 1, 2, and 3, I guess. Those games aren't easy. Maybe they're easy for some people. Crash Bash had a demo that just unlocked the whole game. That's hilarious. I had never heard of that. That's pretty hilarious, actually. I remember messing around with some game demos and finding stuff that they didn't intend, or seeing like a blog post talking about it and then going and checking it for myself, like finding stuff they didn't intend people to really find in their demos. But it was in there, like it was just unintended. I want to say, I want to save time making a separate demo version of the game so it was locked behind a cheat code. So if you demo disc, you had the whole game. Oh man, I'm sure there's some person out there who just has the demo disc and never tried that out, and doesn't realize that they basically just got a whole game for free, essentially. Ooh. Sync facts. Long time no see, Sync. How you doing? You doing good? Yeah, the Lego ATST. Some hype for the Lego ATST going on. It's the more recent one that came out, I think. I want to say it was like a year ago or something is when it came out, or this past, it was summer. I can't remember. But they were slowly rolling out all the Hoth sets, and
finally got this one, so that's exciting. I would like to grab the new actual AT-AT walker, which would be fun. I would like to grab that at some point. Honestly, not priced too badly either. That one's not too bad. It does make you wonder though with that like cheat code story. Like it makes you wonder how often that happened and no one caught it, you know? Because I'm sure that happened other times and just nobody caught it. Oh, there was some game like back, like maybe like 10 years ago or something where the demo version was basically the whole game. And people, they couldn't unlock the whole game. They couldn't like figure out how to unlock it because it was programmed to not be able to access it. I want to say it was like a Spider-Man game or something. But people still were able to data mine because it was basically the whole game on the disc. It's like, why is this demo 13 gigs? That's very strange, isn't it? Alrighty. Man, I see a lot of discourse, not a lot of discourse, but I see some discourse in the Lego community that about people who don't like these types of sets because they end up having to build the same thing like twice, like with the legs. I feel like that's just the case with a lot of ships and vehicles. There's a lot of symmetry, and so it's like, man, if you don't like that, don't build a vehicle. Like if you get a TIE fighter, you have to build 2 wings. Like I don't know what else to tell you. I think it's kind of a silly thing, but I've seen people complain about it, and I'm like, what, you want them to make? You want to make them to make the builds different for the different legs? It's kind of weird. But maybe I'm jaded after building the actual AT-AT walker, and it's you have to build 4 separate legs. That was a lot. That was a lot. All right. Yeah. All right, put that one over, and then we get to put in this piece. Yeah. Hey, thank you for gripping and sipping. I'll take a sippy here. Got a sody pop to keep my energy going here. Ooh, so that piece goes there. Okay. Did I do that right? Oh, did I use the wrong pieces? I wonder if I did. I can't remember if I used the wrong pieces or not. Oh man. No, I did. I used the right pieces. All right. I'm questioning my abilities here. Questioning my abilities. Oh, and a big stretch. All right, we'll take a big stretch break. Oh yeah, big stretch. All right. We're getting close here. We're not quite done. We still have a whole nother bag left to go through. But I'll be armoring up the headpiece here. I did actually consider doing a playthrough of the game this song is from, Rock Raiders.
because the soundtrack is very good, as you can tell. It's bopping. But I did consider doing a playthrough of it, but it's actually surprisingly really hard. There we go. All right, we're gonna lay this down then. Cool. All right. Let's do a zoom out here. All right, cool. It's gonna make building a bit more difficult. Ooh, I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly. There we go. That's better. More of a downward slant there. That's way better. All right. It's standing. Yeah, definitely bigger feet. That's going to make its stability way nicer. Because this one here, this troublemaker... Excuse me. Aside from these weak legs, I was walking by, I walked by it, and it fell off the shelf, and so it actually has a string that I use to keep it up, to keep it on its shelf, because this thing is too front heavy, and with those weak joints, it just like fall off the shelf. So I'm gonna have to put that back on there when I put it back on the shelf after the stream, but because as pretty as it is, you don't really need it falling off the shelf and onto the floor. Because I actually like lost this piece, one of these front turret pieces. I couldn't find it for the longest time, and then one day I just looked down and saw it, and I was like, oh, there you are. Oh my goodness. That song said, volume. Alrighty. Do you slap this on here? All right. Oh, I should have mentioned it when you pointed out the Revan figure that I have on my my wall. Though that you pointed out is actually a knockoff. It's actually because they made an official Revan minifigure a long time ago. It was very limited release, and so it's very hard to get your hands on an actual one, and they're very expensive. But I was at a comic convention, and there was some place that was just selling like had bins of just bootleg Lego figures, and that's where I grabbed that Revan and pop this one off here. Also this transparent stormtrooper, just because I mean, how often do you see a Revan minifigure? So might as well grab it, you know. And then the transparent stormtrooper was too cool. That is too cool. But someone had bootlegged the stormtrooper mold and was making their own stuff, and hey, it was cool. I mean, at one point, let me get it out. At one point, I was much more like, oh, don't buy knockoffs, don't buy bootlegs. But as I'm older, I'm like, nah, why not? Life's short. Someone made a cool transparent stormtrooper. Like, do it. Lego's not gonna make that. And then I laughed because I've been playing the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga on my personal enjoyment, since it got added to Game Pass. And there actually is a transparent stormtrooper at one point, because it's supposed to be like an ice sculpture, and I was just like, oh, my bootleg minifigure actually would work if I was like recreating the scene. That's kind of funny. Slightly amusing. There we go. All right. Oh man, yeah. This walker feels so much sturdier than even the Rogue One walkers. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. All right, so that one's all strapped on. We can move on to... Wait. Oh, I didn't put the panels on the side here. Hold on a second. I was looking at it, I was like, wait a second, I got missing pieces. I got too many big pieces. There we go. All right, we got extra pieces count here as we move into bag number 4. Bag number 4, home stretch. Home stretch. All right. And I may take the actual head off so I can show off the build a bit better. Down in my trash pile, and first things first is the minifigure. Oh, this is kind of fun. It's different. I always love it when Lego includes. I always appreciate they have gotten a lot better about it, and they've been doing it a lot more recently. But with characters that don't really matter who, what they look like necessarily, instead of just including a blank face, they've been taking the chance to give us like more skin tones and stuff, and we have a more like darker skin tone, olive skin tone. I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to represent necessarily, but we'll show it off here real quick. We have a rebel soldier here. It is a female character, which is always nice. We always need more of them. There is actual back printing on the minifig itself. Yeah, a non-white female rebel soldier. We'll take it. Which is great. I love that. And then, of course, if I needed that could easily just take that head off and put it on another minifigure body, and you have more diversity in your cast here. They've been doing that with the Stormtroopers too, as well. They've been, putting heads under the Stormtrooper helmets, and they've just been like, all right, here you go. Here's a white guy. Here's a darker skin tone, but it's also female or male, or just a wide variety of stuff. I think it's really cool. I've been appreciating that they've been doing that with characters that it doesn't matter what they look like. Just give us more variety. Why not? Because I can always stick any old head on a body, but if they give me more options, I'll use them. Oh, this is supposed to be off-centered a little bit, so that'll be weird. All right. We got Frog Song back. Frog Song hype. Hey, Zeno. Good to see ya. How you doing? Hope you're having a good Friday night. I'm just hanging out here building Legos. Building some Lego. Chilling. Chatting with people as they pop in. Come on. Where's the piece? It's not that one. It's not that one. There it is. Song's so quiet. I like it. It's really pretty, but it's very quiet. And then oh man, I feel you. I really feel you. I made a very dumb decision because I used to, as a kid, I had a lot of Lego sets. Oh, it was like the one where it's the table with Darth Vader on it and stuff, I think, right? Or was it one of the ones where it's like an actual figure and you like build the actual, like an action figure? Both. These are off. There we go. Oh, like table. Oh yeah, I remember that set. I did not get that one. That one is very cool though. I remember seeing that one in the stores and stuff. There we go. That's better. No, I built a lot. I had a lot of Lego sets as like a kid, because that's like all I ever wanted for like Christmas and my birthday and stuff. So I just always get Lego sets and then buy them myself when I had my own money. And so I had a lot. Yeah, 2005, like what? 17 years ago. It's gross, isn't it? That's rough to think about. But man, a lot of the sets I didn't do a good job at like keeping them together, and so they like the pieces all just got mixed together in a big mess. And then my sibling was like, "Hey, you're living in a small apartment. I have more space. I'll hold on to them because all of our stuff is mixed together." And I was like, "Oh, sure, okay, that's fine. I don't really have space in my tiny apartment I'm living in anyway." And I like kind of was on a break from Lego stuff. And now I'm like, man, they still have it, but they're in another state. They moved to another state. And I'm like, I want all my sets back. I want all my stuff back. Not that one. I'm getting tired. There we go. Because man, some of those sets I do know I've seen, you know, people say like, oh, you know, checking how the rarest Lego sets, how much they cost, even out of box, and it's like, oh, sorry, I bumped the camera there. Yeah, I had some stuff that was worth some money, but I played with them, you know, it was fun. Where's the thing? Just like that. All right, cool. break. Come on. $2005, man. It cracks me up because, man, where's that piece? What's that piece? Where do they add that? Oh, I see where they add that. Okay. I missed it. My bad. Put that in. It's funny because, yeah, 2005 was a long time ago, but also it cracks me up when I saw the Obi-Wan show, and Ewan McGregor does not look like he's aged a day. It's crazy. I mean, he's obviously has, but he aged very good, very gracefully. Hayden has definitely grown up. You can tell he's a lot older, like, obviously. But I don't know what it is about Ewan McGregor. He has amazing genes. Yeah, this side piece feels pretty solid, but I'm seeing the signs. They're using the same technique as they did before for attaching these things, which sucks. It looks like they made it maybe a little easier to get on, but I'm disappointed that they didn't change the actual mechanism for building it, or for attaching them, because this ain't it, Chief. This is not it in terms of the way this is put together. Yeah, look at that. So I would pop off one of the side panels on these old ones to show off the difference, but they're a real pain to get off and on again. Otherwise, I would show them off. But it's virtually the same system as this, although slightly. This looks like maybe it might be slightly better. Like they slightly improved it. Hey, thank you for the head pats, Val. I appreciate that. And they're grab and sip them. I'll take a sippy. Get a big sippy here. And a stretch. I am shrimping. I am doing a shrimp pose. That's for sure. There we go. All right. Thank you for the care package reminder, because that is very important. But man, this is going good. We're moving on through, moving on up. All right, so that piece goes there. Sometimes I just stare at the instructions. I'm like, what are they trying to do? Oh, that one does not go with that one. It's not the right one either. More of the same. Where is that piece? There it is. This one's quiet. Turn up the jams. Turn up the music. Oh, nope. Immediately put that in the wrong spot. Immediately. There we go. That's better. This is such a weird piece. I've started seeing these like sandwich slice pieces. Can I see that? Yeah.
Very weird. It's very weird to see that because it's just like half of a square piece. And I've had so many of these types of square pieces. It's exactly like half of like one of these. It's so weird to see them in like a half like that, but looks very good. Looks very good. Alrighty, was that it? No, we got one more piece on here. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a lot more sturdy than the old versions. That's for sure. This is a definite upgrade. Definite upgrade. And a little piece there. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, this feels a lot more sturdy. A lot more better than the original design, or the design they had been going for. Right, so then I don't know how to show this off good. Can we show this off like that, maybe? There. Get this in focus a little bit. There we go. Show this attachment here. Put it in there. And then click it in place. It'll be easier to see on the other side. Well, I was gonna say easy. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. And then it just sets right on there. Gloves for no fingerprints? Nah, gloves are just for fun. Gotta leave no fingerprints. Yeah, no, it's just in case, you know, just in case. Nah, I mean it's a thing of like I've seen a lot of. Ooh, that got loud. I've seen a lot of in other like VTuber streams and stuff where they have they're doing something on camera. They always wear gloves for some reason. I don't know why. And these are the gloves I had, so I went with it. Yeah, honestly, with some of these, I feel that I think Lego does pretty good at keeping the like not having fingerprints stuck to things. Like I think they don't stick super bad, but my problem is usually with dust when I put stuff on shelves. Eventually, like they attract dust, and that sucks. But I just figured it'd make for the stream more pleasant. You don't have to look at my hands. You can just look at the pieces. Get the ASMR, you know. And I did some Payday 2 cosplay back in the day, and so I had the blue gloves already. So why not? It's nice to not have to worry about like yeah, learn something new every day. You never know. It's I think I think usually VTubers do the glove thing for privacy, you know, so they don't like protecting their identity more. But then at the same time, I'm like, hey, you don't have to look at my hands. Some people don't like hands, you know, some people don't like feet. Some people don't like hands. I don't have to worry about anybody looking at my weird cuticles or anything like that. Like, just go gloves. Why not? If you don't have a latex allergy, fucking do it. That's what I say. And I have had actually a couple moments where the gloves got caught on a piece, like it'll pinch it. I'm like, well, pinch the glove and not me, so that's nice. I might lose some hand lovers. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I don't think I had a hand lover demographic, honestly. Although, if anybody wants to pay me for hand picks, hit me up. These puppies, they come off. Oh, latex. Ooh, latex. Ooh, yeah, no, I didn't think about that. I'm serving a different kind of kink right now, I think. A latex. If someone's specific kink is old video game music with Legos and latex, man, I was made for them. that is exactly what this stream is. Oh, and Star Wars, obviously. Yeah, no, they have to be
That has to be part of it.
That's funny. I have thought before that I think it would be fun in a weird way, in a very strange way. I'm not an ASMR person. Like, I've watched some ASMR videos, but don't think I've ever had like the actual ASMR effect. But I would absolutely buy Lego sets and build them while talking into an ASMR mic talking about Lego sets. Absolutely. Minifigure audience. All right, who should I add this time? To add to the minifigure audience going on back there.
And who do I add? Who do I add? Someone interesting. We'll add a fan favorite here. Oh yeah?
Well, I mean, hey, honestly, you know, we're adding.
This is gonna look really dumb. We're gonna add Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Gonna add Admiral Thrawn to the audience here. Yeah, honestly, take any ideas you see, honestly, because I feel like
One of the benefits of streaming is seeing what good ideas people come up with, and not necessarily being like, I'm gonna yoink that,
but also more like,
what a good idea, how can I apply that to
what I'm doing.
like how can that make my stream more enjoyable, you know? Because I definitely didn't copyright any of this stuff. You just built the winter ice rink on stream?
That's pretty sick. I'll have to give it a look because this is my first Lego building stream. I've never actually done a Lego building stream before, but I love Lego and I just got this set. So yeah, honestly, like, I feel like there's something, in a weird way, there's something like that puts a distance there a little bit. Like, it's less of, oh, I'm getting my grubby hands in here building Lego sets, but more like, here you go, I'm presenting
something for you. You know, this is something for you to look at,
as well as
something for us to enjoy together, you know?
But yeah, I haven't actually ever done Lego building streams before. This is my first one, so I'm wanting to do some more.
Since you've done them before, let me ask you for your opinion. How do you feel about rebuilding old sets? Like, I have some sets around that and some stuff in storage that I could easily take apart and then just, you know, pull up the instructions on a website or whatever and build them, like rebuild them. Is your first stream too, or second stream?
Okay, so you're in the same boat as me, but still, what do you think about that? What's your opinions on that?
Because I thought about it, like, if I wanted to do this
more often, I have a lot of sets that I obviously haven't built on stream because this is my first one,
you know? Old kits can be good.
Yeah,
that could be good. All right, making progress here. Man, the build on this this ATSD is
so much more sturdy than the Rogue One version, and way more sturdy than the
Mandalorian. You're just messing around trying to do some Winter Village type thing for Christmas. Hey, you know, not a bad idea. A lot of people do that kind of stuff for like their, like I know in like the model train community, decorating your town for Christmas is a big deal. Like making sure that you've decorated the area properly for Christmas is an important deal. I missed a piece. I absolutely fucking missed a piece. There we go. Oh my goodness, this song is going ham. There we go. I would like to that may be something I do. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a stream, and you can absolutely steal this idea too. But maybe I'll do a stream where I like build several small things instead of working on one big thing. Maybe that could be different. Nothing crazy, just trying to get in the mood. No, I get you. I feel you. I feel you. Ooh, free builds. Free builds are a fun idea. I have a bin. I was saying earlier on stream, the majority of my collection is actually at my sibling's house in another state, and so I don't have access to it because our collections kind of merged together. And they said, "Oh, I'll rebuild the old stuff and give you your old sets back as I rebuild them." And I'm like, "Oh, great!" And then that never happened. So I don't have a lot of my old stuff, but I'm slowly amassing a new collection of random bricks. So maybe do a free build. Do a free build stream. Oh, that's quiet. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'll drop you a follow too, because I drop you a follow there. But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I don't know. I've been trying to, I tried to like do some game streams and stuff, and they're not hitting it for me. It's hard for me to get into it. I mean, like I love playing video games, but it's really hard for me to talk
While playing games, but it works. Doing this, oh man, so much easier for me to
talk while building, and it's such a chill vibe,
Work out how to film mocks.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think one of the big things
Is probably something that if I keep doing this regularly, something I really would want to do is have a separate second camera angle, so I can have one that's just straight down, and then one that's like this, that's from the side a little bit.
I think that's really what I'd want to change. Of course, change up my setup a little bit. I think this mat is not the right choice, but I think having two camera angles would be a really, really nice touch to be able to switch between those two.
That's a
And I have access to another DSLR, but I don't have access to all the stuff to go with it. So I need to figure out, or just get a webcam, honestly.
shell out the $60, get a decent webcam, or figure out how to tether my phone. I think this is all. I think these are all the pieces. I think we're good. Yeah, stuck with a laptop and webcam.
So I was lucky enough that I already had some of this set up from, or some of this stuff from doing photography stuff previously.
So I already had the lights and the camera and stuff, but make it all work together,
Oh, I didn't need to attach that yet.
A little early. I got ahead of myself.
But, this was all stuff that I had made an investment in previously.
So
it's all a process though, and I feel like one of the best things to do when you're starting out is to watch other people. So my lighting setup, I'm not gonna show it on camera because it'll show more of my room, and I want to try and keep this pretty low key. But over here, this is a lamp on, or I can't see my hand. Over on this side is a lamp that I just had on my desk. And then on this side, just behind the camera, is a ring light, like a really cheap ring light that was like 20 or 30 bucks on Amazon. And I think they might be even cheaper now, honestly. Like I wouldn't be surprised you can find one for 20 bucks or cheaper. And that's my general light here, and then I just have the actual room's light on, to just fill out the light, so everything is try to be pretty evenly lit. Hey, yeah, if you can shell out for that, do it. Like, that stuff's gonna be nice. I could go more professional if I really wanted to, but this was kind of a last minute thing. Like, I planned on doing, like, I made my plan for doing this yesterday, so this was pretty quickly thrown together. But yeah, man, you can invest in some all right lights, even like LED lights and stuff. Just make sure that and this is something I'll pat myself on the back here, is that the picture here has a good color. You don't want it to be like a weird orange color or anything, and that's the real trick, is you want to make sure that your color on your video looks good, you know. I'm moving not here before too long, and I'm hoping I can have kind of a corner of my desk or something set up to be able to do this more often, because this is pretty fun. I actually enjoy doing this a lot. Yeah, bright white. A lot of LED stuff will often have two white settings. They'll have a cool and a warm, and you want to do that cool setting, because I don't think you'll be able to tell. But let me show you. Let me see if this turns up. That's the warm. Yeah, you can see the difference. So that's the warm light. That's the cool light. The cool light. Oh, ooh, is that? There we go. So warm, cool. Yeah. Man, actually. Does it have 3 settings? Oh, this one has 3 settings. I'm crazy. But still, you can tell that there's the actual color of that white light. If you do LED, yeah, a lot of times they'll have a warm and a cool setting. And this one also apparently has a third in between, but just do the cool setting. Just do the cool setting. Everybody will appreciate it. Yeah, no, I feel that. It's tricky to get set up, but then once you get it the way you like it, and then also I know like Streamlabs OBS does also have some color grading stuff you can do in the filters, so you can try and get it like exactly the color you're going for. But I think that's an important part, is to make sure everybody like enjoys what they're looking at, you know. But that's why maybe I'll see later. I'll see if I can set up a 2-camera setup. That would be fun. It's a process. Yeah, it's a lot of figuring stuff out, trial and error. But don't get discouraged if things don't work out immediately, you know? Because it really is. It's like just messing with it until it works right for you. I know my stream is not perfect, that's for sure, but I work a lot on a friend of mine's stream, so I get a lot of trial and error on their stream, and then also I did some streaming stuff back on a previous account that also I got do some trial and error stuff on. So it's a lot of trying different stuff, and a lot of things not working. It's a lot of things not working right, you know? All right, so this goes on there and folds down. wonder why they did that. There we go.
Oh, y'all can't really see what I'm doing.
Just attach that there, and then these fold down. Hey, anytime. Yeah,
Like I said, it's
I'm not a even medium-sized streamer, but it's like,
just can't let you get yourself get discouraged when
things don't work out perfectly. You know? Because it'll work out eventually. It's just gotta keep on it. Keep your chin up. And always, and this is my mantra, is do what you love first.
and then
If anything, it'll seem like you're having fun, you know?
I tried to set up a non-profit mental health thing.
Oh, that's really cool. That's a really cool idea. That's my thing, is that I'm
Definitely not doing this for
to make money or anything, because I have a full-time job and stuff, so I barely have time to do any of this stuff. But when I do, I absolutely want to drop in for a little bit and just build a Lego set.
I think that might be my
niche. And if I can find the Star Wars Lego lo-fi old video game music latex kink people along the way,
I'm into it.
having to teach yourself to love Lego again, I recommend, oh my goodness, I cannot recommend more if you're trying to like get yourself to fall in love with Lego stuff. And I think since you said you were doing that ice ring, I think you're already on it. Those just creator sets that are like a building, like a farm or like a fishing getaway house and stuff like that. Like those things, oh man. Or the 3-in-1 sets.
Those are where it's at.
Because I love these, but also part of the reasons why I love these so much is because I already love Star Wars stuff, you know? This would be a terrible set to give to someone who hasn't built Lego in a long time, or their first set. This would be a terrible one. This would be awful. I would always recommend like City or those Creator or the 3-in-1 sets. Too much Lego, honestly. I have 2 bins. I have 2 bins in my closet that are just full of stuff that I don't have space for, and then I have this whole shelf set up, which,
oh man, it's a lot. Minifigure audience again. All right, just turn the page here, and
who should we grab for the minifigure audience? This one's right on the top. I think we'll grab him actually, because I like him a lot. So for this minifigure for the audience, doing all Star Wars stuff, although I do have non-Star Wars stuff. I forget his name, but he's from the Solo sets. I just thought it was a really cool alien. Really cool aliens figure. So we'll add him to the background here. Love-hate relationship.
exactly.
All right.
So we're moving on to,
I think also something that might be fun with doing the I might change that up. I think something I might want to do with my
display setup here is I might want to change the my layout a little bit and have
also on screen the instructions. Maybe get like the digital version and have the digital version on there, so we can kind of see what I'm working on.
I think that might be a fun idea.
I just having things pop in my head while I'm working on stuff, you know? I'm like, that could be a good idea. That could be fun. It might be too much. Honestly, I might be coming up with like overcomplicating things, but I feel like it might be a fun idea. Oh, really? People do that? Oh, sick. I honestly have not done a good job at going and investigating the scene before sticking my feet in the water. But I'm glad that was that's already some things people have been doing, because
I think it's a fun idea.
oh, so you're doing your investigation now. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see here. Oh man, I will say, comparing this set to the older walkers, I am really enjoying the new weapon loadout that they're putting on the side of here. It is so much more like nicer looking, I guess. It looks nice. I'll show a side by side when I wrap this up. But
You're so glad that you're not a Star Wars fan or a Harry Potter one?
oh man, no, that's fair. That's fair. They're very expensive. This one was a gift, so that was one of the reasons why I did it today. Is
Because I was like, oh, I've been wanting to do that anyway.
it's a good time to get started. But no, yeah, the Star Wars Legos are
So expensive.
Harry Potter ones. I feel like are worse.
Like the micro builds.
I honestly, okay. I was like,
Is this close?
I almost pulled the trigger
A while back.
on getting the actual Hogwarts castle. Like, just being like, fuck it, spending the money.
Buy the whole Hogwarts castle.
And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I feel like
I actually would I would think that would actually be a fun one to stream, would be actually building the Hogwarts castle. Because I still would like it. It's not like I don't want it. But it would probably make a fun stream.
But also now I'm like, I don't know where I would have stored it.
Oh, it's up to 410.
£10? Damn. That's wild.
That's wild.
I always see the people who got the who bought the UCS Millennium Falcon, the like $800 one, and I see people who like put it in a glass table and stuff like that. I'm like, man, that's pretty, but if I did that, I would do it with a set that wasn't as like, I would do it with a more pretty set, honestly, because low key, the Millennium Falcon is not the most gorgeous ship, you know.
Take it apart and sell it.
I mean, hey, it keeps that keeps the funding for getting more stuff. Some people, really, the building is like the thing that they enjoy, is honestly just putting it together.
I've never been able to bring myself to actually sell my sets.
Part of why I guess I
Can't afford them.
some of them are. Some of them I really like a lot. Like oh, I have this one over here. I had it pulled out. Like, I really love the way the Rogue One
Y-Wing.
really loved the way the Y-Wing turned out. Like, that's one I like a lot. That's one I like quite a bit. There's some of the Star Wars ships are really nice, and I actually like building those a lot, but man, I get so tired of this. I get tired of the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, you build it for the experience, you know? Like, honestly, that's almost literally half the fun, is building the actual set, you know? It's like a puzzle, but also you have instructions for it. All right. Oh yeah, the smaller versions. Oh, I feel that. Yeah, they're... get tired of them. I feel like they need to go. If you're gonna give me a UCS of a ship, give me something other than the Millennium Falcon. But some people are hardcore about it. Some people it's their favorite ship. Just not mine. Although I would be very hard for me not to shell out money, or if they put out a big set version of the ship from Shadows of the Empire, Dash Rendar's ship. Oh man! Actually, if I could have, I still stand by that. If I could just have any set at the moment to build, it would be the new like really nice medieval sets that are coming out, like the blacksmith, or some of those like the modular city builds, like where it's like just a chunk of a city block, you know? Like I feel like I wish I got into like collecting those city block sets, because man, they're so pretty, and seeing them all next to each other. Oh, yeah, because they did the UCS or they did that big one for the Cantina, and then they did do one for Cloud City, and neither of them really hit it. Neither of them really hit the mark, but I feel like they could. I feel like they could do it if they really wanted to. But it's probably just would turn out to be so expensive that nobody would shell out for it except for hardcore people. I'm not sure. What do you mean by that? Oh, I think I do know what you're talking about. I don't think I knew him by name, but I think I do know what you're talking about. Yeah. I've been very tempted to buy some of those, some of the like AliExpress Lego knockoff sets, because they have some gorgeous designs. Some gorgeous designs. Like some of their sets are really beautiful, even though it is like a Lego knockoff, and you know that the quality is not going to be that great. But man, some of their designs are really nice. Very, very tempting stuff. So it's on the spot. That's fair. It's just like there's a set I know on Amazon that is basically a knockoff of the Lego like dinosaur museum, where it's like all dinosaur bones and stuff, like and there's a kind of a knockoff version on Amazon that is, this is the wrong piece, that is a different kind of dinosaur museum type set, and it's honestly better than the Lego one. And a friend of mine got it and built it. He was like, honestly, this is a really good set. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, that's where I screwed up. I see where I screwed up. All right, don't mind me. I made a mistake. Put the wrong piece on. This is the problem with streaming, and I'm sure you'll feel this is like when you're talking while also doing it. Sometimes you just like space out and totally put the wrong piece on. All right. All right. Let's see another of the dark gray studs.
The metallic one.
Really interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I've been more turned on lately to the like knockoff Lego stuff, just because Legos have gotten so expensive. Yeah, you're like, wait a second. Gotta backpedal for a second. I was looking at just today, I was looking at the I don't know if you know from Destiny, the ghosts, like the little like polyhedron little dudes. Actually, I can pull the picture. Here we go. Oh, yeah, this is on AliExpress too, actually. Oh, but
I click on the link and it doesn't take me there. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Here we go. This is not the listing. There's actually a listing on Amazon. There we go. But it's this. It's on Amazon for $30, and I'm like, I would buy that. I'd absolutely buy that. That's really fun, and I love Destiny, so that would be a really fun build. But like that literal design is just on Amazon, and it's some knockoff Lego company. I'm into it. The thing that worries me more than anything about just knockoff Lego stuff is my little OCD part of my brain that wants to keep the fake sets from the real sets separately, you know? Or the knockoff sets from the authentic sets separately. But at the same time, though, I'm like, in the end, if it's all good quality stuff, it doesn't really matter too much. But maybe I could just throw the extra bricks in a separate box. You know? Alright. We're getting close here, folks. We're getting close here. We're almost done. This is good because I'm getting tired. Going as for 3.5 hours. That's about usually when I start tiring out on streams too, so. Not rushing, but we are getting close. Yeah, you can always tell if they're Mega Bloks. You can always tell if they're Mega Bloks. Something about the Mega Bloks production is very specific. Something about the plastic they use. I don't know what it is. We can always tell if it's Mega Bloks. Always. Not just Lego knockoff. Specifically Mega Bloks. Which, honestly, I've been very tempted to buy some of the Halo stuff. Oh, crud. I dropped a brick. I'm very tempted to buy some of the Halo stuff from Mega Bloks, just because I did buy a Banshee at one point, and that one was fun, but it's very fragile. But oh, I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing. But man, there's like the one that's the energy sword. Tempted every time I see that, the one that's energy sword and the one that's just Master Chief's helmet. Very tempting sets. Whoa, really? That's pretty wild. Huh. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Because honestly, I know also the train stuff can really rack up in price too. So, that's fair. And I always enjoyed the Lego train stuff, but I never got into it just because it was so expensive. All right. Yeah, really, honestly. I look forward to the day that Lego stuff comes back down in prices a little bit, but we'll see if that happens. We'll see if it happens, although I think it will at some point. Their prices always fluctuate. Just they haven't fluctuated down in a little bit. Jesus, no, I feel that. It's hard to justify it sometimes, just because it's like, You're like, man, I really want to do this because it's fun, but also I gotta do things that are actually important and actually cost money. But I would also like to spend my but I would also like to spend all of my paycheck on plastic bricks. All right, go up the top here. I do wish they had. Honestly, I really appreciate that they did not do any stickers on the set. I really appreciate it, like, because I don't know about you, but I get really tired of stickers, you know. So I appreciate they didn't do any on the set. However, having the sticker on the top of the hatch would actually have been really nice, because they did that on the previous versions, so that would actually have been a nice touch. That's my only complaint so far, really. Cute. There's some piece I'm missing. Alright, well, we just put this on top then, and then... Alright. I know there's a couple of pieces that actually I missed placing on here. I'm going to have to go back through and check, but I'm going to check that off stream. Because I don't want to sit here and just stare at the set and try and figure it out. But there we go. I'm going to turn this slightly. Go it up a little bit. Alright. We are done. Yeah. There's some pieces in here that I'm pretty sure I just missed placing. So, we are out of focus, so we're gonna fix that real quick. There we go. And that is the ATST, Hoth ATST. That looks very nice. Very nice, honestly. Honestly, it looks really good. All right, so interesting comparison. Do this before we wrap up here. There we go. It always falls down. Always falls down. Because it's not sturdy at all. Interesting comparison between the Rogue One, the Empire Strikes Back variants. You know what's interesting? I think it's interesting anyway. I feel like this one is definitely more screen accurate in its like head shaping. It's definitely more screen accurate. This one more looks like a video game. This looks more like the ones I would see in Jedi Knight or Jedi Outcast and stuff. This one looks more video game accurate, which is kind of funny. Looks more like that. But this one is definitely more screen accurate, that is for sure. I'm loving some of the details on it. And the feet are fantastic. I love the new feet design. I love they did all this, yeah, without any stickers. Any stickers. The interior is almost identical. Nothing really to say about that. It's actually less room in the this one, but also the head itself is smaller. So but yeah, I think that'll do it. I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up stream since I wrapped that up. Let's get a good shot real quick of all three of these next to each other here. Nice shot of all three. We'll move the audience back a little bit. And one more there. There we go. And then for posterity's sake, we'll grab my other, my duplicate of the Rogue One walker and put it next to there too. And we see, yeah, we can see the evolution here a little bit. Yeah, the feet are definitely better. There's a lot better detailing on the feet there. You know, it's interesting. Yeah, I really like the heads on these. And this one is almost identical in its build, just with different parts. But thank you for the head pats.
Thank you, Val. But yeah, I think the head shape on this one is actually more screen accurate. I like a lot more of the detail work they put into this one. While this one they definitely left a lot more to like just stickers and stuff to actually carry it. And then I have to add my one other piece of my collection, my ATSD collection.
You have to add the baby. I have to add the baby ATSD. The little baby one.
Anyway.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out and hanging out for a little bit. I am...
Yeah, I need that 4+ one. We were talking about it earlier, and like I'm very tempted to grab it. Very tempted to shell out the $30 and get it just for the 4+ one, just to be like the step between. And one day I'll get my hands back on the original first ATSD they put out that looks stupid now in comparison. It's in my collection. That's in another state. So
one day.
One day I will. I have the original first one they made. But yeah, this one looks so ragged with the.
It's so funny. That looks so...
Oh my goodness. These joints are friggin' awful. Oh my god. Look at that. I didn't even touch it and they fell down. Yeah, we are... Oop, and I've hit the camera again. My bad. Oh my god. Look at this thing. I'm not even touching it and it's just falling over. I know it looks like it's real bad because I'm hanging the camera, but it's genuinely... This thing is just unstable. This thing's just unstable. But yeah, we're all wrapped up. We're all wrapped up. Yep, and then the baby one. A little tiny one. This one in particular gives me a lot of trouble with being unstable. It has some serious quality control issues going on right here. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out. Oh, put that one back up. We lost a gun. Oh my goodness, this is a disaster. Yeah, thank y'all so much for coming out, hanging out for a little bit. And yeah, I will do some more of these if this is something that y'all enjoy and something that you like. I will probably come back and do some more of these. This was a lot of fun. Okay. Yeah, thank y'all so much. I don't think I'm gonna raid out. I don't think so. I don't think I will. Just I don't feel up to going and finding someone to raid. So I'm just gonna close out stream. But thank y'all so much for coming out, and I will see y'all soon. Yeah, y'all have a great weekend. And have a Merry Christmas. All right, I'll see y'all.